And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the PiGosaur Cup. The PiGosaur Cup number 78, your weekly dose of Open StarCraft. Let's go, baby. Let us go. We're here. We're back. We are live with our Open Tournament. Exclamation mark. Be in the chat if you guys don't have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live. The bracket is stacked, and we are jumping right into the quarterfinals. Let's go. Let us go. This morning in the right-hand corner of the Old Sun Temple, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, the other South Korean Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. It's going to be a fast one. If you're in the chat, it's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Ooh, this is not GSL. Of course, last night we were live casting the GSL qualifiers. So if you missed out on the GSL qualifiers, we were covering that, and that is over on Soup. We'll have the rebroadcast later on, most likely tomorrow. We'll have the rebroadcast, and I'll get rid of the logos mod after this game. Again, that's from last night. It's from last night. But here we go. We are going into our proxy 2 racks. First and second rack's going to be on the way. And welcome to the Old Sun Temple. If you've been watching StarCraft over the past couple of weeks, you would know that we have the new TLMC maps in the map pool. We've been covering all these maps on our tournaments, and now thankfully we do see that PiGosaur Cups are following suit as well. I would hope that Monday Night Weeklies, KSLs, and War TV Mondays also follow suit and do start to focus on the new upcoming TLMC maps. I hope that that's going to be the case. For now, though, welcome to a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in top right, bottom left, bottom right, bottom left, and top right as well. So 4 possible spawn locations. ByuN doesn't actually know where his opponent is coming in from. He's gambling quite heavily here, going for the proxy, and we'll see if he can guess correctly. Yeah, he does pivot back around. He will check that natural. He will find Cure immediately. Oh my god. Yeah, ByuN does find him. ByuN now is aware, and here come the initial racks. Meanwhile, Cure did open up with a single gas. Ooh, single gas opener, racks into attempted expand, now into a delayed bunker and a delayed factory. Ay, ay, ay. This is looking up for ByuN. It's looking up. It's looking good. Since chat one night weekly did a TLMC map pool. Let's go, let's go. Shout out to TKL. Big shout out to TKL. They're usually on top of that sort of thing. But much love to TKL for updating their map pool. Again, we would hope that Wardy does the same. I remember that last season Wardy didn't, because he was citing that he would lose OSC sponsorship for the period that he would run the event with TLMC maps. So that did stop him from doing so. We just forego TLMC sponsorship just to have the full map pool. We're happy to forego. I believe Wardy was not. Here we go. As we do have our initial setup here, bunker is now done. So far, we do see that Cure he is holding. He is holding on, and we do have ByuN continuing reproduction. It does continue. Behind this, going to be transitioning. And so far, has not done enough damage. It's containing Cure at least, that is true. And behind this can start to expand, but we need to find some more damage here. There is another way into the main base. So far, the Hellion just now pops out just in time. The Hellion going off. Nice spread. It does avoid that splash damage here as best as he can. Nice KDA charges. Oh, the Hellion goes down. No, the Hellion does fall the Marines as well. The Reavers that bust into the middle end as he was going to be going down. Some brutal KDA charges there for Cure. And knocking him out of position. Oof. Even here, more SCVs going down. Getting into the worker, and this is just getting in hand. It's getting in hand, getting out of control. Zero mining going on here for Cure. No mining, no saturation, more KDA charges, disrupting the workers. That's going to be 7 SCV kills. This is critical damage. This is critical damage at this point. ByuN has a massive lead economically. He's got his natural. GG gets called. Game-winning damage, and ByuN takes game number 1. Whew. GG, well played with that. ByuN, who will take a lead in the series. Again, big risk, a big gamble. Winding it back here as a reminder, Cure, he went for a greedy build. He went for a Rax expand. I don't blame him. It's a large map. It's a 4-player small map. There was a big risk, a big gamble from ByuN to attempt to go for a cheese like that. So I will say it was a calculated risk from Cure to go for a more economic opener, but it did mean that he was behind when it came to the proxy 2 racks. It meant that he had a bit of a rougher start, of course, and it came down to the control as well. We saw that ByuN, he was able to pull off the KDA charges, knock the Hellions out of position, and get extra volleys off while minimizing Hellion shots as well. It was brutal. It was crazy damage. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN does have the lead in the series. Now we're jumping to game number 2. Let's go. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. It is ByuN. Hello. Oh, God damn it, no. Well, after this series, we just jumped right in. After the series, we'll get rid of the logo. Meanwhile, we have Turaxes. Once again, same build, proxy Turax out of ByuN. I will say that once again, he has some incentive to go for an economic build. Why is that? Ramp. There's a ramp coming into the natural. We do have a limited attack plaza into the main base as well. It's a double Reaper cliff into the main. So in general, this is a very defendable 2-base setup. Going Turax Reaper is going to be difficult to achieve on this map. So ByuN is going for a single gas. So once again, same builds. ByuN is going for a faster CC. ByuN is going for the proxy Turax. So same build, two games in a row. I would say that ByuN has a better defensive position here on lockdown compared to Old Sun Temple. That is true, but despite that, it's still going to be a tough hold here as the build is going to be in favor of ByuN. It is not a build or to win, just in favor of him. Oh boy. As again, ByuN is going to be spending resources on a command center, not on a factory. So later Hellion production, later bunker as well. Everything is going to be delayed in favor of that CC. As here comes that command center. Now on the way. Again, this is benefiting ByuN, as ByuN is massing Reapers. And currently, ByuN has no idea. ByuN, no SCV Scout, right? There's no SCV Scout, which is standard. Like in TVT, SCV Scouts are very rare.
Center upgrade complete.
You can even see ByuN didn't SCV Scout either. Like SCV Scouts are very rare in TVT. ByuN, he should be checking the proxy locations. Yep, he does check the right-hand side. Checks the more standard proxy location. Here comes that factory. Again, there's no bunker. Reapers are amassing, and soon ByuN will pull the trigger. Oh boy. Does zip in. Now it confirms. It does confirm, kills the SCV. And the real question becomes, can ByuN get on top of the ramp? Can he bust into the main? Yeah, there's a cancel. Needs to make a marine as quickly as possible. Big delay here on the marine as well. Ooh, there's a cancellation. Already nice damage by ByuN. Already good damage. ByuN making his way up into the ramp, gets onto the high ground. KD Archer's zone away, and again the factory is so delayed. It is so delayed here, getting one more SCV kill, 2 in total. Now when the Hellion pops out, that should be a defense. It should be. Nice shuffling by ByuN. Does shuffle back his weakened units. Waiting for more Reapers. Hellion is about to pop out. And again, once the Hellion pops, then ByuN should have an easier defense. When it comes down to the spread, it comes down to the Hellion volley. It comes down to the splash damage. ByuN does move in. We'll lose a Reaper. Yeah, one Reaper goes down. Picks off the Marine. Second Reaper falls. Down to 3. Down to 2. Yeah, down to 2. And ByuN, he does defend. As you can see here, with the help of the Hellion, he does hold. Chases down the Reapers, and we have a game. We have a back and forth. Now, unlike the previous game, the game doesn't just end, like, entirely. There's no just end to the game. Here, ByuN, he holds, he defends, he now re-expands. Behind this, ByuN is trying to go for his own expansion himself. ByuN's CC is already done. It's already done, it's already morphing into the orbital, so ByuN, he has that base advantage. Meanwhile, the worker count is even. ByuN at least has the CC on location. We'll see if ByuN can delay, and he's gonna land, yeah. He's gonna do his best here to delay the command center for as long as possible while ByuN recovers economically. Meanwhile, it is going to be the standard follow-up. Proxy Turax Reaper into Magfield Accelerator Hellions. Bearing in mind, this is not mech, this is standard. This is a standard follow-up here. We should be getting up to 2 to 3 Hellions, sorry, 2 to 3 Cyclones just to defend in the early game. Just because here in the early game, because your axes are floating, you have no production, right? You have nothing. Hellions are not good enough. Hellions are so fragile, so you need these Cyclones to survive with your early game to get into the ByuN mid game. Because of the floating Raxes. So here we go, the Raxes float back home. We need those defensive Cyclones. Here he's trying to break out. And again, this landed Rax is doing a lot. It's delaying quite heavily here. Finally, it's going to go down. By the time it does, ByuN is operational. Yeah, ByuN is saturated. So economically, ByuN, he has caught up. He's caught up despite going for the proxy. And likewise, Cyclones are out to help defend, and even a counterattack. So we're getting into the mid game. Like we're calming things down, we're building up into the mid game. The game does not end then and there. We have a third CC for ByuN and a third CC for ByuN. Now, despite the aggression in the early game, there's a high chance we slow things down into the mid game. So the game does continue. ByuN boosting into the main. Does boost in. Oh, does attempt to boost in. So far, Kiri's in position. Kiri does zone. ByuN taking it anyway. Goes. Oh, he gets spotted. No, the medevac! The full medevac is barely going to go down. Does unload in time. That was almost disastrous. If that medevac would have fall full of cyclones, that would have became then and there. That would have forced a counterattack and there'd be nothing at home to defend. So again, risky maneuver there by ByuN to try to dive in anyway. Very risky. Wasn't worth it. Now we're getting messy. We're getting messy, man. So players are opening up. Here we are going to be opening up. Slowly breaking out, claiming his own third, pushing forward with the tanks. Stim is on the way for both players. As always, ByuN is going for a much more bio-heavy composition, going into 1-1 upgrades that much faster, into Stim, into extra axes. Typically, ByuN, when it comes to TVT, he's very fond of going for a very minimal tank and Viking count, and going for a much higher marine and medevac count instead. To be active, to be aggressive, to move out on the map. It's a very fun style, but if he fails to get damage done, if he fails to harass, then Kira will build up a stronger main army. Tank bully in the cyclones. Bullet goes off. Second tank does reposition. And so far, so good. So far, so good. And again, now we're forcing the mid game. Both players are expanding. The rush distance by ground is large enough here where we do have time to recover, time to build up, time to react as well. There are some speed zones in the center, and I mean now after the cheese, we can talk a little bit about the map itself. There are some speed zones in the center of the map, and this does typically favor mid to late game aggressive rotations. What do I mean by that? Well, once you can knock these rocks down, because of their placements, typically it's hugging the left-hand side, hugging the army or the person on the left-hand side of the map. So this is for like aggressive rotations, for ByuN to rotate towards the south side or towards the top side instead, like back and forth. So back and forth rotations are favored here with those speed zones. Same can be said with the opposing speed zone as well. They don't help with defensive rotations, just aggressive ones. As Kiri does break out. It does break out across the map. He has the high ground as well. It does have the high ground. Does he siege in time? We can see that ByuN cannot engage. Yeah, there are too many tanks, but we built up to 4 tanks here. We have Mass Raven as well. Yeah, ByuN has nothing. He has nothing. He has nothing to defend. He was able to build up economically, but the army is not there. With that, Mass Disables on the tanks. Marines, they stim in. They take down the mineral line. And with that, Kira's done. It's Kira. He has broken ByuN and takes down 1, takes down 2 tanks. Again, ByuN was being greedy, trying to catch up economically, trying to exceed economically. It wasn't worth it. Once again, Mass Disable. We just disable everything, Pappy. The boys are being pulled, and with that, Kiri snowballs out of control, breaks the mineral line, pushes into the tanks, and with that, Kiri, he will look to make a series out of this. To make a series, to tie things up. We have the Cyclones going for the counterattack. But GG. GG gets called. Cyclones, they fail on the counterattack, and Kira ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, ByuN, he was trying his best to recover economically, and he did. He did recover economically. He actually exceeded when it comes to the worker count. What did we mention when it comes to ByuN's army? He was going for a very low or much lower tank count, also no ravens, into a heavier marine count, which takes a while to really build up, and Kiri just moved out. He just broke out across the map, was able to push, wedge himself in between the bases, and just outposition and shut ByuN down. GG. GG, well played. And now the question becomes, is it Kira's turn to proxy? ByuN, he has cheesed 2 games in a row now. He's gone proxy 2x, game 1 and game 2. Do we go for it here in game 3, or is it Kira's turn instead? Let's go. Let us go. We're here to find out. So players are going to be opening up. Okay, game 3 is going to be on At Eternity's Edge. Okay. Oh. Beautiful. Jumping into the ace match. And this map is going to be an interesting one. I do feel like aggression is going to be favored here. We'll keep an eye on the players, and especially on how we expand and where we take our third bases, but we'll see if we can even get there. First things first, do we proxy again? It's been 2 games in a row so far. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Eternity's Edge, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Whew, let us go. We are going to be opening up. We are going to be settling in, and eyes are on both players to see if we do move out with our SCVs, if we commit across the map. Bearing in mind that this is an interesting map in the map pool, does have a lot of unique features, especially off towards the left and right hand side in the corners of the map, when it comes to our expansion patterns, when it comes to the openness of the center, when it comes to our gold bases, or even high yield gas geysers. What I will say though is that taking this triangular third base does lead into a very direct path across the map to the opposing third, all on the high ground. So that is where I personally, when it came to the judging process of this map, I was a little bit concerned that maybe the aggression would be a little bit too favored here, with players expanding towards each other, but we'll see as our players are opening up. And ByuN, he goes for the 2 racks opener. Okay, big gamble here from ByuN, a big gamble, and it does not pay off. So for those that are curious how the rock paper scissors here in TVT works, Cure, he's going double gas. Double gas is a very safe opener. What does double gas mean? Double gas means faster factory and faster Hellion. So if ByuN was going for, again, proxy 2x Reaper 3 games in a row, Cure would be able to shut him down. He'd have an easier time defending with the faster gas, with a faster gas, with a faster factory, with a faster Hellion. So a more tech heavy start out of Cure, a safer start. Meanwhile, what did ByuN go for? 2x Reaper. At home, not proxied. What is this? This is supposed to be a hard counter. This is a hard counter to proxy 2x, because you have the equivalent army, except you have the defender's advantage, so you actually have faster Reapers defensively back at home to just shut down proxy completely. But Cure isn't proxying, so Cure is not proxying. Cure is going for a faster factory, faster Hellion. ByuN is going to be stuck with 2x Reaper from back at home, so he's going to be at a deficit. When it comes to these openers here, Cure has a lead. Cure does have the advantage. We can see that ByuN, he doubles down, he goes for his double gas, and he goes for the factory on 1 base. It's looking more and more like a 1 base all in. Cure is expanding, ByuN is not. So on the one hand, ByuN, he's going to have a little army to work with, but because of Cure's safe opener, he should be okay. Even by having less production, by having the earlier Hellion production himself, he should have a greater army early on. Ooh, as we do shoot each other, we do trade 1-to-1. Getting a slightly better trade here for ByuN. Cure gets caught down in the open. He has to get the hell out of here, and he cannot escape. This is a massive loss for Cure. He will lose the second Reaper. He'll be down a Reaper. Massive pick-off. Back at home, just trying to buy time for the Hellion. Hellion is out, but we need support for the Hellion. He may have to pull the boys. At this point, he may have to pull the boys. SCV is going to be delayed. It's going to be denied. Oh! Okay, they'll survive. Yeah, it does survive in the end. Now we have 2 Hellions, and with 2 Hellions, we can just zone this away. Nice KDA charge. That does save the Reapers. And ByuN pulls out. Yeah, ByuN pulls out. ByuN forced to expand. This is a later CC compared to Cure. Cure, he's almost done. He's almost already done. But Cure, he has to be careful. Opposing Hellion. Ooh, now he knows. There is an opposing Hellion, but Cure, he backs off. And again, Cure, he defends, and he gets away with a better economy. That's why we mentioned that when it came to the builds of our 2 players, Cure had the lead, as he now has a better economy and he has enough to defend. But the pressure's on ByuN. Now there are chances here where maybe ByuN can outposition. Maybe he can dive into the main base and dive into the mineral line, or get some nice splash damage dealt, but oh, ByuN has to be so careful. He's up against 4 Hellions. That's so much splash damage. Oh no, ByuN lines up. Yeah, ByuN lines up. Oof. Yeah, bleeding out more Reapers, bleeding out Hellions as well. ByuN goes for the dive. It's going to be close. Oh my god, barely is close. And you can see how low the army is when he breaks through. ByuN breaks on through, gets into the mineral line, and SCVs are going down. The army is so low, but he does survive, does make it through, and this is too much. This is too much damage here. ByuN, there was so much onus on him. He busts into the main base, and more workers are going to be going down, and this early on, this is critical damage. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, critical damage here. Zero mining going on. The Banshee will help defend, but this is just so much damage in the early game. Again, Cure, he was defending well. He was defending well up until a point. And this is, oh god, 14 SCVs, 14 SCV kills. And now ByuN takes a massive lead, takes a massive advantage. He's now up by 10 workers. He's now getting to his own 1-1-1, his own defensive cyclones. Oh. And the onus is now on Cure. So just like what ByuN just achieved, the pressure's on Cure to do the same. To be able to get across the map and find some damage. There is potential with the Banshee, that is true. But the problem here is that it got scouted. Like, ByuN knows. ByuN, he knows that there's a Banshee out, so now that's less of a factor, that's less of a surprise. Now he's going to be ready, mentally at least, for said Banshee play. Likewise behind this, where, yeah, getting to tanks, getting to Viking, it looks like an early push out of Cure. He has to. It's one of two things you have to do here. Either Cure needs to all in, or he needs to be hyper greedy. And the answer is, we're all inning. He's going for Reactive Viking. He's just rallying. You can see here, he's just rallying everything across the map. Either he kills ByuN or he dies trying. It's the only chance he has. Disable is not researched, not for Cure. So this Raven has auto turrets and the armor shred. That's all he's got. And with that, Cure is moving in. He's moving in. Cure, he has 2 tanks. He's got 2 tanks to his name. But ByuN has counter disables. Cure does have a comparable army size, at least. True. He's got a comparable army. Tanks are moving in. If he can force a fight within tank range, then Cure can take a fight. Tanks are slowly pushing forward. Oof. Tanks in the range. Nice target flank here by ByuN. Does focus on the tank. Yeah, tank goes down. Mass auto turrets, and in the end, ByuN, he's breaking through. Yeah, he breaks through that defensive line. He's trying to get on top of that final tank. He doesn't quite get on top of it. But the longer this game goes on, the better it is for ByuN. Yeah, nice staggered shots. GG. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and ByuN will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN will claim the series. It was a shaky start for ByuN, by the way. It was a shaky start, but he didn't just go 2 racks opening. He went 2 racks into a factory before CC, so he had extra firepower. No pun intended. He had extra Hellions, and with that, he was able to break that match. It was close. As you saw, it was very, very close. ByuN's army barely survived, was very low on HP, but broke through the main army, got into the middle line, and dealt critical damage, game-ending damage. He had a 10-worker lead in a mirror matchup. That is brutal. And as we mentioned, Cure was forced into the all-in. Like, he had to do one of 2 things, either all-in or be hyper-greedy, and the best chance is to all-in there. He had a comparable army, but alas, did peter out towards the end. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to ByuN. ByuN will claim the series. He will advance on, and we already have our next match available to us. Oh my god, we are just speeding through this bracket. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let's go. Let us go. Okay, from the top, we had herO. herO took down Bomyelja 2-0. herO took down Strange 2-0, and herO, he's up against ByuN in the semi-finals, in los semifinales. ByuN, he himself took down Camo, took down Delphius to face off against Cure, took him down 2-1. Was a close clutch back and forth, but again, we have ByuN versus herO at the upper semifinals. Scrolling down here to the lower semis, we have Clem. Clem, he 2-0'd Perceive, he 2-0'd Cham. Likewise, MaxFax 2-0'd J Money, 2-0'd Chikaris. And now we have Clem versus MaxFax in the lower semis. We have herO versus ByuN in the upper semifinals. So it's going to be double TVPs. That to be expected here. When it comes to Zerg representation, do we maybe have like GG Machine, or do we have Old Man Yakov? Not quite. So yeah, it'll be a Cham. True. So Cham, he was the highest rated Zerg player here. You know, he had his own run, made it to the quarterfinals. But now it is up to our TVPs: herO versus ByuN and MaxFax versus Clem. This will conclude here in a Foreigner versus Korean finals. Here we go. And all that I'm hoping for is to avoid the mirror matchup. That's all I want, Pappy. Can we avoid the PvP or the? I mean, that's it. Yeah. Can we avoid the PvP finals? Bearing in mind that Clem, if he plays against ByuN, for example, he will play Protoss. So I'm hoping to have a more varied finals here. That is my hope, at least. is my hope. Bearing in mind that the semifinals will be happening at the same time, and because we just casted ByuN, we follow that into herO. Following that into herO. The other thing here as well, the special factor when it comes to PiGosaur Cup is that the semifinals are best of 5s. That is unique. It is a unique feature. Every tournament has their own kind of unique quirk, of course. Like Monday Night Weeklies are double elimination. PiGosaur Cups have best of 5 semis. Kung Fu Cups, they're the most standard, I would say, where they have, I think they hold on to the semifinals, so they play them one after the other. So does Wardy. We have the random raffle in our tournaments, for example. So we each have our own little quirks to differentiate. Go. All right, what does Woody have? Woody has random seating. That's it. That's it. I was like, I'm pretty sure Woody does something weird as well. Yeah, he has random seating for his event, so you can have like Clem versus Max Packs in the round of 32, which is nonsense, but that's how Woody handles his events. Just random. To be fair, he doesn't random completely. He randomizes everything except for the top 4. The top four are based on the previous week's performances. So the top 4 players from the previous week get seeded, and then everything else is just random. So that's why in the Woody events you can get like high profile matches like in the round of 64 or 32 or 16. Just random it up. It's Kung Fu Cup, which is the most standard. Here we go. Whereas I believe we, PiGosaur Cup, and the Monday Night Weeklies do seed our events. So in chat, you guys know if MaxFax is in it? Yes, MaxFax, he's of course competing. He's competing in the event. MaxFax is actually streaming his POV on Twitch. He's streaming his POV. So if you want to tune into some MaxFax POV, you can do so over on his channel. Can do so. Otherwise, videos are underway, so we might just be going on a short break here. Yeah, we're going to be going on a short break. Shouldn't be too long, just waiting for the videos to conclude, and then we'll be jumping into ByuN versus herO. See you soon. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals, or semifinals here of the PiGosaur Cup number 78. We're here, we are back. We have our best of 5 TVP, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing T1. Going for the proxy, it is herO. Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And welcome one and all to the very first TLMC 22 edition of the PiGosaur Cup. We are here, we are back with some TLMC maps. And again, we've been covering them for quite some time at this point. When it comes to, I say quite some time, for the past week. For the past week, we've been focusing and fixating on the TLMC maps, and now we're here once again. Shout out to, of course, Shopify. You can see their logo here. Shout out to Shopify for sponsoring the TLMC, and also a big shout out to Monster Energy as well. Hold on, there's Shopify. There it is. There's that Monster logo. Beautiful, beautiful. So shout out to Monster and to Shopify for sponsoring, for funding the event, the TLMC. There it is. If you didn't notice, every map does have a bunch of billboards showcasing the logos and the sponsors of TLMC. Just as a heads up. So we're calming down. From here, again, we're going for the proxy gate. Zelda's being chroned as we speak. We can see that ByuN is going for a single gas opener, so ByuN is going for a Rax expand, most likely on the low ground, and hero's goal is to delay and disrupt that economic build. Oh, but CC on the high ground, so safer start here by ByuN. Still economic, still greedy, but is going for the high ground CC to keep it safe, to keep it secure. Despite not even scouting, by the way. Like, there's no SCV scouts. Does play it safe. Hero, he knows. He's aware of the location of the CC. He'll preserve that Zealot on the right-hand side. Okay, it does fan out his Zealots. Let's hold on to them. All right, my apologies. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As voting for the TLMC is still not quite open. Opening soon TM. Soon TM. Zelda spoke up the ramp. And from here, it does spoke up. It does whittle away at the initial depot. Is looking to break on through. Last we have mass repairs. This is at least denying some mining time. True, mining time is denied. Ooh, marine goes down. But outside of that, ByuN should hold. Yeah, what do mine does burrow? Baits have the Zealot, baits have the mine shots. Stalkers they turn away the army. Ooh, and the deep is getting a little bit low here. Can hero snipe that marauder? Oh, Marauder takes a lot of hits. Second Marauder has arrived. ByuN holds. Yeah, ByuN, he does hold on. Should not lose the Marauder. Gains of the Zealots. Hero behind this is expanding. He does expand. Does lose to saturate. And right now it's on Hero to delay. To delay the expansion for as long as possible. To keep ByuN contained for as long as he can. As Hero's taking up. Twilight Council's on the way. Extra gateways as well. Getting into 3-gate blink. The game does continue. Oh, that's very nice. Force field. Looks down the Marauder, the Sentry, the Cyclone as well. Brutal losses here for ByuN. Ay, the force field's back. Calm down. Again, bleeding out to 2 Stalkers, but still takes down 2 Marauders, a Cyclone, and a Widowmine. Ay. Well, that means ByuN has no pushing power. That means ByuN is stuck in his main. Oh. Mine shot at least does trade with the Sentry. But again, ByuN's still stuck in the main base. At least there's no more force fields. But now we're up to 4 Stalkers. He wants that tank. He wants it. Oh my god. Tank taking a bunch of hits. We get the mass repair, thankfully. Yeah, mass repair in the tank. But the last hero's out of range. Ay. He's out of range. There we go. Now does pull away. Hero claiming his 3rd. Going for the linear expansion. Does go for the linear base. Oh, and we have ByuN trying to recover, going to Hyperflight Rotors into Speed Banshees. It's a big risk, a big gamble here for ByuN. We'll see if we can get across the map. As we went for the charge open. Oh no, sure, I did miss that. Charge opener instead. The first tank goes down. Massive pickup. Nice control out of Hero. He pulls away. And kites back. Trading with the Marines. Some of that tank was huge. Without that tank, there's no more pushing power here for ByuN. He's still stuck at home. But now he's going for his 3rd. And third CC is on the way. The Banshee just revealed itself. Now herO is aware. He doesn't know whether or not there's cloak. That's something that herO is just not aware of. But he races back home. And he's getting detection. So plenty to detect. ByuN has just been bullying. It's just been being bullied here. herO's in position to defend, and ByuN has a lot of recovering to do. From here, he needs to claim a third base. Build up into his economy. Secure his bases. He has to rebuild his tanks. These Banshees, they have a lot of work to do. They have potential. Remember, they can one-shot. 2 Banshees can one-shot probes. And this is a good way to try to recover economically. Because they have speed, you can micro, of course. You can micro back. You can kite. You can keep them alive, preserve them, and build them up over time. As Banshees move in. They get spotted. Head towards the natural. They get 1 probe so far. Going for the sentry. Not bad. 1 worker and a sentry. Remember, there's no blink. Without blink, we cannot keep up with these Banshees. Cannot keep up. ByuN rotates around. Stalkers are in position. Despite that, gets into the mineral line. Not bad. It gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. Oh my god. Gets up to 7. 7 probes going down. Again, these are paying for themselves. Nice harass so far. Yeah, nice harassment. You can see that hero's had enough. He's had enough. He wants to push across the map. Now, if ByuN was taking his third base, then he'd be exposed and he'd be broken. But he is secure on 2 bases. He's fully walled off as well. I don't really think that herO can break this. It's going to be difficult here. He's warping in 9 zealots at a time. Observer gets caught. Observer's caught out. Diving on that bunker. Bunker goes down. Can we get on top of the tanks though? He can. Does get 1. Does get 1 tank. Boys are being pulled. This is late. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. A second tank falls. Third tank as well. 0 tanks left. But the Stalkers overextend. And not enough zealots. Yeah, not enough zealots in the end. ByuN will hold on. He will defend. ByuN is holding. I say that zealots do warp into the main. Okay, they're warping into the main base. 10 more SCV kills at the same time. Stalkers, they poke in towards the natural. No major damage. Zealots, they recall back home. And Stalkers, there was potential for some SCV kills, but no. Just damage on the eBay. Damage on the eBay. herO pulls away. And was that worth it? I mean, herO, he did lose 6 more probes across the map. The Banshees, they were popping off. Did they finally go down? Looks like they did. The Banshees were cleaned up. herO, he can now fixate on the main army. Now, what's terrifying about this position here, ByuN, he's at a deficit. He lost his tanks. He lost 3 tanks in that defense, so without any tanks, how does he hold? The answer is he doesn't. Cutting back into the mines. Nice mine shots. Nice connections, okay. So far, so good, but he abandons the third base. Forced to lift. Here he backs off. He can warp in once again. He can reinforce. Warping in back at home, actually. Interesting. Warps in back at home. And ByuN is holding. Okay, ByuN is holding on. I was concerned that herO was going to reinforce this army and just keep pushing. I do think he still can. Prism is denied entry into the main base. Now there are no more widow mines. So no mines, no tanks. Storm is only halfway done. Question is, does herO wait for Storm? Does he wait? That I'm not so sure of. There we go, tells Lithos High Templar. There we go, Storm is done in 3 seconds. The power of Chrono Boost, true. Dives in, shows the storms, there's 1, there's 2. Oh my god. Yeah, massive storms. Storms connect, a 4th storm as well. Here come the Zealot Warpins. And with those charge lots, herO can overwhelm. As the storms were insane, Prism does go down, no more reinforcements. But here he's done at 23 SCV kills. As we mentioned, there was no defense here. As there were no tanks, no widow mines. There was just nothing to defend for ByuN. And here he just keep on pushing. Just keep on going. Getting to the mineral line, boys are being pulled into the yard. Oh no, the storm! Storm punishes, GG gets called, and herO takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. herO does take a lead in the series. Again, ByuN just had a very shaky defense earlier on. My apologies, I didn't quite notice that herO did not open Blink. He opened Charge, went for the early gate opener into a Charge follow-up. With that, he was able to reset the tank count. Some crazy losses early on, some crazy engagements with herO catching out 1, 2, 3 tanks early on. And as we mentioned, due to those tanks going down, it meant that that third base was that much weaker. It was a very difficult third base to defend, and we saw that herO took note of that and did punish that. He just pressed his advantage, kept applying pressure, kept pushing, and eventually broke that low ground expand. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting the game at number 2, going to be loading into Storm Push. Oh boy. Bearing in mind that this map is not a TLMC map. Let's bear that in mind. I'm a little bit on the fence whether this map should even be showcased. I'll be honest, I think I would call it disingenuous. Just because I guarantee you there are a bunch of people watching. We already saw it actually in the previous during our judging stream. I'm sure there are a bunch of people watching that are like, oh, like I want to vote for this map because it's got that really cool like pushing factor, but that doesn't exist in the TLMC version. So yeah, I'm very torn. I say I'm torn. Actually, I think I'm against having this map in this tournament map pool just because it's not really reflective of what you can vote for. But here we go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of Storm Push, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing T1. Leading the series 1-0, it is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. As we're going for another proxy. For those who are curious what we're speaking of, the TLMC map that was submitted for the Team Liquid map contest that you can vote for that is in the top 16 is called Storm Surge. This is called Storm Push. As you can see, the probe is struggling. The probe is being pushed by the tide, by the current here of the sewer system. So that's a really cool factor. I really like this aspect of the map, but this version of the map is not available to be voted on. So just bear that in mind when it comes to voting on the TLMC, is that this is not representative of what would happen on the ladder. It is a really nice addition. It's really cool, and I do like it. And I would prefer this map than the TLMC version, but the TLMC version doesn't have this. So just be careful. PSA about this map. Oh, Jesus. As herO does poke in, here he does confirm the single gas opener, economic start out of ByuN. ByuN once again going for a ranks expand. And herO looking to punish. herO does look to punish. So again, I probably have to just add that caveat whenever we jump into this map during the PiGosaur Cups. If you're curious as to why this version is different from the TLMC version, it is because this version uses custom inserted modulars to like make this effect happen. This isn't done with like speed zones and slow zones. Like, no, there's something else that was like added to the map to like customize it in such a way to actually have this current be a feature. But that isn't as you can see here. The zealots, they're doing their best. I can get up there, but the way that this map was kind of adjusted and modded doesn't fit the guidelines for the TLMC. Like it's outside of the guidelines, so it is not eligible for the Team Liquid map contest. Like the TLMC map contest has certain restrictions as to what you can do to the map, and this does fall outside of those restrictions, or it's against them. There we go. Here we go. herO, he does push in. So far, gaining ground. Thankfully, we do have our Marauder base opener out of ByuN. Sorry, we were just fixating on the map itself. But ByuN does open up with the CC on the high ground, so he's safe, and he does open up Marauder as well. So ByuN, he does defend behind this, going for early stim. Early stim does barely not catch out that Stalker. And hero's in trouble, by the way. herO, he is in trouble. If ByuN can build up a hefty Marauder counter early on and preserve it and then move out with stim, ByuN can just snowball out of control. As behind this, ByuN is going for a 3-rack stim follow-up, a very hefty follow-up here for ByuN. And remember, herO, he did delay his own tech, he delayed his own setup here in favor of this. But how do we catch up? Twilight Council not into charge, not into blink, Twilight Council into a Dark Shrine. Okay, this is a really smart way to deal with this. So basically what's happening here is that ByuN, he's going to be pushing on 2 bases. He's going for a big 3-rack stim timing. He's going for a big timing attack. Now, what does that mean? Because it's all on 2 bases, limited scans. We're muling. You can see here that ByuN, he's muling his heart out, which is the correct thing to do, of course. He wants as many minerals as possible to crank out as many marines as possible, but this means that Dark Templar can punish ByuN's push. Not just the main push, but also the economy as well, going for a backstab at the same time. Because of the build that ByuN's going for, there's a very low chance that he's holding onto scans. Not saying that it's impossible, but just a lower chance. So here we go, dull zoom across the map. Dark Shrine isn't done yet though. Yeah, because of the rush distance by ground, does herO even have enough time? herO's racing back. Oh no, the Zealot! Get up here! Doing what he can. Oh no, he's being pushed back. he's being dragged back in because of the concussive shell. Oh, but he gets scouted. Yeah, he does get scouted. Dark Shrine straight DTs get warped in. ByuN is aware, he should be holding on to scans. He currently has 1. Yeah, 1 scan is available. And ByuN, does he turn around? There it is, there's that first scan. First scan lands. Turret's on the way, second DT does waddle in, and can we deny that scan? Can we deny that turret? Just going for SCVs. Okay, second scan, and ByuN holds. But he does hold on. He has no more scans left. Do we have a defensive DT? We do. Assuming it's no. Well, where are we? No, the DT. No, he's out of position. He's raging over. Like, DTs would be amazing defensively. He's out of position, Pat. Yeah, with that ByuN, he barely breaks through. He's trying to at least. It's still close. Yeah, close trade in the end. herO holds. We should the Queen with concussive. I mean, we just saw the concussive shell on the Zealots, even with Zealot legs. Oh wait, no, sorry, it was a regular Zealot. We saw the concussive shell on the Solot did mean that the Solot was just being pushed away completely. Like he could not push against this. So a Queen would be the same. Like a Queen, Jesus, we're zooming. A Queen, especially with concussive shell or with the soul effect, would not be able to push past the card. Like we just confirmed that. Like if a Zealot can't, then a Queen can't. No shot. So we go. This ByuN does move out. ByuN does bypass the main army. And again, herO, that initial DT opener wasn't quite worth it in the end. He's exposed. And shield gets activated. He's trying to hold on, trying to buy time for the Colossus. ByuN sims in, breaks down the sentry. Yeah, sentry falls, ults as well. And with that, ByuN, he breaks into the natural. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of herO. Colossus still a ways away from popping out. And this is critical damage. Critical damage. In the end, the proxy wasn't worth it. In the end, the DTs weren't worth it either. herO just falling further and further behind. And we have a series. We have a back and forth. herO bleeds out 17 probes. Critical damage. It's just too much. Too many losses. ByuN drops in. Oh, we catch out a medevac. Okay. Something goes the way of herO. Catching out a full medevac. Still bleeds out 3 more probes. Colossus trying to keep up. ByuN, he wants those workers. He does want those workers. And then he gets 3 more pro kills. ByuN does have an economic lead. The one thing holding ByuN back is no third CC. Yeah, there's the Thirsty Sea is late here for ByuN. That is giving herO a chance. herO now trying to move out. Trying to be active. Essentially, hero's all in. Like, at this point, hero's all in. You can see here he's undersaturated. No fourth expansion. It's all or nothing for herO. Oh, as the drop comes back in, more probes being going down. And if herO wasn't in, if he wasn't all in before, he's all in now. He's all in now. He just doesn't have enough, though. The Colossus have potential. Prism taking some hits. And no more warp in. Prism gets sniped. War Prism is sniped. Vikings that still survive. They're still left over. We're now up to 4 Vikings. And herO cannot gain ground. Losing 14 probes across the map. Yeah, we got some disruptors on the way. I mean, disruptors, they have potential. They can make up for like a 20 supply deficit, but oh my god, the Colossus. You can do it. You can do it, Babby. There we go. Jesus. To dig their feet in. I love the idea that using something like a slow zone or concussed marauders can drag an army back to you. Like, that's amazing. Like, I love that idea. You can't get away. You're coming back to me, Pappy. True, true. Coming back. I guess Fungal would be the same. You can drag them back in. This is a scan. Disruptors is moving into position. Again, the Novas, that's all we got. Nice MP. Nice initial MP. Nova goes off. Doesn't connect. That's one Nova, there's a second, and without that, there's one Nova left. One Nova remaining. Colossus, they went down instantly. They went down, Pappy, and now we're going for the base trade. The attempted base trade. Oh no. ByuN just backstabs, heads for the third. Should be able to knock it down. They're here pushing off the ramp into the Terran army. Waiting on more zealots. That's EMP. Over the zone. Nova zones away, catching a disruptor. Barely gets away. And again, outside of Nova's connecting, like, we should be fine. Does focus right. 2 more disruptors. 2 more disruptors go down. herO doing what he can, trying to chase the army. He's trying back. Decent Novas. And fun fact, despite those Novas connecting, it doesn't matter. GG gets called, and ByuN ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We're going to game number 3. Bearing in mind this is a best of 5, so plenty of games ahead of us, plenty of games to come. herO, who's playing from behind from almost the beginning. It was like a very slow death animation there for herO, where herO, he went for the proxy gateway, wasn't quite worth it, got shut down by marauders. Likewise went for the DT follow-up as well, but he got scouted and the DTs were shut down by scans ahead of time, so no economic damage. And then we saw, due to that, the lack of defense at the natural. We saw the big moment, of course, where ByuN stimmed in, was able to kill the mineral line, kill the transferring workers, and also break the main army as well. that was game then and there. We saw that herO, he hung in there and he was trying to recover in some which way, but really more than anything he was just relying or hoping that ByuN would make mistakes. He was hoping that ByuN would make some massive blunders and lose some full medevacs. So he did lose one full medevac, but lose even more full medevacs and overextend and get caught out. That was the hope, at least for herO. But here we go. Here we go. We're going to be loading into Fear and Faith, and we're going to be loading into game number 3. Let's go. Let us go. As we're getting into our next game. As a reminder, Clem versus MaxFax is happening at the same time. It is happening at the same time. You have that opposing series is spawning in the top right-hand corner of Fear and Faith. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. So let us go. Welcome one and all to Fear and Faith. This is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in top right, bottom left, and top left as well. 4 possible spawn locations. Alongside that, we do have our monorail system as well, connecting our fringe expansions. They are connected through these systems, through the tubing systems, I should say. Likewise, even some smaller tubing systems also connecting the closer expansions as well. So this is a way to scout faster, and herO does scout ByuN immediately. This is a way to rectify one of the issues of 4-player small maps, which is the RNG nature of scouting. So this does allow for faster scouting, and herO does find ByuN immediately. ByuN also finds herO because he knows he came from that, of course, from that monorail system from the right-hand side. He's aware. From here, ByuN does go for a double gas opener for the first time this series. True, for the first time, double gas opener into a faster factory, a delayed CC. When it comes to the map itself, welcome to, again, not just a 4-player small map, but welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith has a very secure natural, has a high ground coming into it, so a really secure 2-base saturation, 2-base setup. We have a close by 3rd and 4th expansion as well, so very close by locations. We do have a bit of a wider entrance in between the bases, but it is cut in half by the terrain in the center, of course. So these are 2 choke points. Bear that in mind. Likewise, we have a relatively medium-sized entrance here on the top side and a larger entrance on the south side if you can knock down those rocks. For the most part, though, the 4-base setup is pretty secure. It's pretty secure. We do have close spawns, though. We do have those horizontal spawns instead, so shorter rushes to spike ground. This can lead into more aggression, of course. We'll see. We haven't really been seeing too much mid-game here on Fear and Faith. So I'm ready. I'm excited. Want some more Fear and Faith? True. As Reaper does poke into the main. Reaper does poke in. Disrupts the economy. Did not scout the tech. Tech was thrown down further back. And we'll see what's being done with the double gas opener here. It is going to be for Reactor Reaper Hellion. Okay, so bold move is what I will say. Bold move here. So going Reactor Reaper Hellion, this is a very aggressive start. The goal here is for economic damage. We need to kill some probes with this opener. The thing that I'm concerned by here is that there aren't many ways into the bases. We have our main ramp. We have 1 Reaper Cliff here on the right-hand side and 1 Reaper Cliff here behind the mineral line as well. So Reapers, there's no direct way into the main. They have to go through the natural. And yeah, they cannot. Oof. Yeah, with that we did get some extra Hellion shots off. 1 Reaper does make a pass, just the 1. No safety battery. That's on herO. herO scouted the double gas opener, no battery whatsoever. But herO holds, and 0 economic damage. So I just don't like this build on this map. This is one of those things where I would assume that ByuN's just not familiar. He just doesn't know where the Reaper cliffs are. But specifically, there's no cliff face coming into the main base. And again, there's only one cliff face into the natural and one cliff face into main behind the natural mineral line. So very difficult for Reapers to bust in. And we saw that even without a battery, herO holds. herO does hold. That was not worth it for ByuN. Not worth it. See if ByuN can recover. Hello, ByuN going for a ninja expansion. Okay. Let's go. Going for a hidden third. CC's on location. Behind this going for his own 2-1-1 setup. Eventually 3-1-1. hero's moving out. And again, ByuN is secure. At least he should be once the bunker finishes. He blinks in. Yeah, it does blink in. Bunker goes down. Late reaction with the SCVs. Sorry, tank goes down. There's no bunker. Yeah, no bunker whatsoever, and hero's overwhelming. Wow, he blinks 40, he does overwhelm. There's 3 Marines left, down to 2. Down to 1. Down to 0. 0 Marines. Ay, ay, ay. Tank does arrive, but these are hefty losses here for ByuN. Losing another SCV. Yeah, losing another worker at the same time. Auto charge harass across the map. 2 probes go down. So some nice counter damage, but ByuN, he lost his tank, he lost his bio army. ByuN is vulnerable to a follow-up push. That's what's scary here. That secondary push, that secondary timing, this time with charge, is going to hit very hard. Meanwhile, over time, if herO goes for his own observer, if he scouts the main base and if he confirms there's no third in the main or at any location, then he will be prompted to scout for a third base, to scout on the edges of the map. So we're waiting for that hallucination or for the observer. Observer moves out. Does move out across the map. Back at home, ByuN, he's trying to turtle up. Once again, he's lacking bio, like his army is quite small. But hero's not, he's not applying any pressure. It's all good. As herO pokes in. He pokes in, he will confirm the 3-1-1 setup. Searching further back. Here you can see he's looking for the CC. He's looking for it. There's a warp in. Does he rally bottom right? Yes, he's 2 more Raxes. Does confirm the 5 rack setup. Third CC is already done, already mining. And he's going for a storm push. Okay. Taking it to storm. Scan does catch the observer. Does get 1. May not make it spotted. Now the best thing that ByuN can do right now is to fake a 2-base all-in. To fake an all-in, make it look like he wants to push, wants to be aggressive. Here he's got his High Templar, he's got his Storms, he's being proactive. The observer does see the army. And here he wants that natural mineral line. Oh.
This vessel requires resistance.
Oh, barely doesn't see it. Gassy? Oh, yeah, barely not. Ravenheart's at the 3rd. Prison moves in. And how quickly does ByuN react? Does react in time. Oh! Does pull away. Ooh, it does pull away. We get the delay of storms. Yeah, 2-3 storms here. 11 SCV is going to be going down. Nice damage here by herO. Mission control by ByuN does target down the CC. Oh, no, another storm. 16, 17. 17 SCV kills. Crazy storms. herO claiming another base. Now, thankfully, ByuN does have another base up and running, but his economy is in the gutter and he has to push. He has to move out. Now, a couple things here. That was nice damage, but that was 4 storms. And that means how many defensive storms are there? Because here comes ByuN. Oh, there's 2. Okay, there's at least 2 storms. Here he has to buy time. Lands one storm. Layers, yeah, double storm. Both had time to go down. herO overextends. But he's ready for this round. Coming in from behind. He's coming. No. Here he might even catch reinforcements. Collapsing the tanks. Tanks are unsieged. Yeah, the army's unsieged. Trying to get into with the tanks. Storm is coming in. Yeah, the Prism gets EMP'd. The Prism getting low. But we have the flanking storm. Oh my god. Yeah, catching out the army. Ghost falling as well. And ByuN gets completely surrounded. He gets locked down. And ByuN, he's in trouble. He's trying to race back home, leading out more units. Remember, ByuN, he has no economy. He lost a mineral land earlier. Yes, he has a third CC up and running, but this is still not good enough. Oh, they're retargeting. Este ByuN. Cheeky, baby, cheeky. He tries to retarget. The last herO he does defend. He's moving out across the map, and ByuN is in so much trouble here. He lost his tanks, he lost his widow mines, lost his medevacs, lost most of his army. He's down to 3 ghosts. 3 ghosts, couple of marines, couple of marauders. Nice rats across the map. At this point, you can see herO checking for third bases. At this point, he should recognize something is wrong. Nice CP. herO, he does leave the Colossus idle. Yeah, leaves it idle. Miscontrol out of herO. But the bunker still goes down. Oof. Yeah, the bunker still falls. We have more storms coming in. ByuN does pull the boys. He's trying to. That Raven putting in some work. 7 kills. 8. 9. Yeah, the Raven's putting in work, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Storm of the Vikings. Storm of the ByuN. SCVs, they get trapped on the storm as well. Thankfully, there's no backup storm, but the Colossus, they kite away this time. Yeah, Colossus, they kite away. Pulls back, EMP connects, but this is still critical damage. And here he snowballs out of control. GG gets called, and herO, he takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Cheeky moves out of ByuN. ByuN going for a ninja base, going for the hidden expansion, which is very greedy, and as a result of that, he had very minimal units to defend, and he was exposed. He was vulnerable. herO early on, he dived in, he was able to snipe the tank, snipe and reset the marine count, and keep the pressure up and keep the pressure on, eventually forcing the all-in. Remember what happened? herO went for the storm drop. He went for the quad storm drop in the natural. He killed 16 SCVs and he forced the all-in out of ByuN. ByuN had the advantage of course, so many storms being spent harassing, but herO, he was able to buy enough time. He bought enough time. He had a couple of defensive storms. He had his Colossus, of course, and he also set off with the surround. He set off with the surround, a collapse on the army. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we have herO with a 2-1 lead, and herO, he is 1 game away from claiming the series here and now. Meanwhile, ByuN has to fight back to force the ace match. Let's go. Let's go. Meanwhile, when it comes to the other matches here, Clem versus Max, I believe they're being covered by El Chanchito.
Moving.
Yeah. They're in game 3? Okay. They're in game 3. Este Chanchito. There we go. Here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Washout. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. Representing T1, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series and advancing on to the grand finals. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran. We have the Blue Terran. Representing Shopify, it is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. So here we are going to be opening up. And we're going to be settling in. Yeah, from here we're just calming down. We do have our initial openers. Welcome to Washout. Washout is a 2-player spawn map, so we're calming down from all the 4-player spawn maps. Calming down. We have 2 spawn locations, and we have some unique quirks here. We do have a bit of a more defendable 3-base setup. The 3-base setup is more defendable. The 4th base is a little bit further away, so the distance by ground is longer, expanding in towards the 4th base. Likewise, we have our hybrid patches, our hybrid locations here to the hybrid mineral patches, I should say. hybrid expansions. They're all over the place. We have a base here on the bottom right, we have the center right, we have further bottom right as well on the other side. So we have these hybrid expansions which we can disrupt in some way with the towers. I do like this feature. I think it's very unique to be able to destroy mineral patches, but we have yet to really experience it. We haven't really seen much mid to late game on washout, and I'm hoping that changes. Hoping we get to experience a bit of that back and forth. So far the series has been hyper aggressive and we have yet to really embrace the mid game, but it might be it here. This might be it. Might be washout. No. Here we go. Oh my god. As ByuN, he's going for a he's going for a Rax expand into a hidden third CC before anything else. Hyper greed out of ByuN. ByuN is going for a 3 CC, 3 Rax. Not the first time we've seen this. So again, we have a second and third Rax on the way. This is going to be leading to an early sim timing, but I say early sim timing. It's going to be later compared to last game. It's going to be a later sim timing with hyper greed. And if herO can realize what's going on, he can punish this so hard, by the way. He can punish this so hard because we are cutting so many corners to pull this off. This is not unseen, this is not unheard of. We have seen ByuN do this quite often actually in TVP. I say quite often, like, you know, once in a best of 5. Once in a best of 5 or like a couple of times a week. I'm just rushing into this hidden expansion and oh boy, we'll see if he gets away with it. Very often ByuN does go for this build with the CC in the main to be safer. Here to have it on location is just one step further in terms of greed. One step further. You're back at home, setting up, going for blink. Can be setting up. Likewise, we have our initial 4 gates. So 4 gate blink, hybrid aggression here by herO. 4 gate blink stalker. herO does move out. And we'll see if ByuN, I mean, is this just a build or a win? Like, we're going 4 gate blink and ByuN went for a faster TC. Like, there's no defensive tanks, of course, because there's no factory. The Marauder count is going to be lower than normal just because of the faster TC. For now, just focusing on economic damage. Nothing major. Ooh, herO being chased down as well, but here he's going to scout. Yeah, he does confirm the third. Now he knows. Yeah, now herO knows, blinking further into the main base, but hero's being wasteful here, losing so many stalkers. They're losing too many. Oof. As he bleeds out too many stalkers, herO, he fails to preserve. He has to hammer down. He has to hammer this down. 5 stalkers falling. 5 stalker kills. That's crazy. That is so many losses. herO, can he still pull this off? Imagine this time with 4 extra stalkers, by the way. I mean, sorry, 5 extra stalkers. That would have been huge. I just trade. Picks up a Marauder. Rotates over. Yep, ByuN immediately just abandons the base. Does pull away. CC taking a lot of damage. And hero's going for a charge follow-up. Still warping in, still reinforcing. Doesn't kill the command center. herO, he needs more damage. Kills 1 SCV. Gets 1 SCV kill, rotates into the main base. This has potential. Does try to blink in. Picking away the Marines. I'm loving that we're blinking 4 stalkers at a time. It's really cool. Just because, again, he can lift up 4 stalkers at a time as well. Here comes a charge warp in, the charge lots. And while we distract in the main base, he should be hitting the natural. You can see he's just dragging the army out of position, further back. Yep, there's the army gets activated. ByuN is out of position, he's distracted, bunker is exposed, and the bunker will fall. Yeah, the bunker goes down, the natural is compromised. Boys are being pulled, desperation out of ByuN. herO pulls away. He pulls away, meanwhile massive warp into the main base, and ByuN just cannot keep up. Not like this. Not like this, papi. 24 SCV kills, crazy damage, and we're still not done. We're still not done, papi. Yeah, bringing out more workers. 32 SCVs going down, dropping into the natural. We just have some fresh mules. Fresh mules. No shot, we killed the CC. No shot. But still denying more mining. Boys off the mineral line, forced to repair. herO pulls away, and herO, he does cripple. He cripples ByuN. ByuN down to 33 SCVs. Now ByuN, he has preserved his army. He has a decent marauder count. He still has a large army. He can make use of it. Meanwhile, he's distracted once again. Oh, he's distracted. herO claiming his own fourth, going for the hybrid expansion. Okay, going for his third. DT's into the main base. There's one scan. There should be more. Yeah, thankfully there's 3 orbitals, right? There's 3 orbitals, plenty of scans. Okay, 2 more scans. hero's bleeding out a lot of units. GG. Yeah, GG gets called. He bleeds out too many units here. herO, he doesn't kill. And ByuN breaks out, takes the series. Oh, sorry, takes the game, and we're going to the ace match. GG. Whew, GG, well played. As you mentioned, ByuN, he had no economy, but ByuN, he did preserve that marauder count. He had a very hefty marauder count, and herO was just too wasteful, bleeding out so many units here, bleeding out all of his Dark Templar, the Stalkers as well, and herO, he had no standing army to defend against the counterattack. GG. GG, well played. Again, herO was all in. I did mention that herO, he was all in. He didn't kill, he did cripple, but that wasn't good enough. That was not good enough. He had to kill then and there. He had to do critical damage. He had to do even more than what he had dealt. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. Going to game 5. And we'll see how the story ends. There we go. As we're loading into Defender's Lab. Not the most aesthetically pleasing map, but let's go. It's time to defend the labs. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Defender's Lab, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1 being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. We're getting away with hybrid greed last game. He went for a fast third CC on location, by the way. He got away with it, and we'll see what he has in store for us this time. It is ByuN. GG, well played. Again, I'm still thinking about the initial aggression from herO. Remember, we spoke about it. If herO hadn't lost those 5 Stalkers early on, then he could have doubled down, committed, and just killed ByuN then and there. But he bled out so many Stalkers in the early game, and that did stifle herO, did slow him down, did make his pushes weaker than they otherwise could have been. But now welcome to Defender's Lab, a much more larger macro map in the map pool. The grid map. When it comes to our 3-base setup here, it's relatively accessible here outside of the natural. 2 entrances here into the high ground location. Likewise, we have a much more narrow entrance into the 3rd base, and likewise a narrow entrance into the 4th as well. A relatively secure 4-base setup. You can go for the 4th base, but what I find most interesting and intriguing about this map are the speed zones. We got speed zones littered throughout the entire center of the map, and we have side blockers, we have rocks as well. The center of the map is littered with speed zones, rocks, steam vents as well, disrupting the vision and also encouraging rotations and movement as well from the army. So with that does add a little bit more complexity here once we get in towards that longer mid-game. Aesthetically, like, I'm still not too fond of like the yellow grid that we've got all over the place. But, outside of that, it's an interesting map. I think I gave this like a 4, I want to say. So now it is going to be a faster CC on low ground. Ranks expand. So ranks expand into the later factory. Economic starts out of ByuN. And here is being active, just scouting, no proxy. Proxy, no shenanigans. Commits in, delays some mining at least. But the command center does finish. ByuN will break out, and we're just getting into a longer game stage. For now, it's going to be Blink, so we have our take-up choice. Twilight counts into Blink. The question becomes, how many gateways? 2-gate, 3-gate, or 4-gate Blink Stalker? Remember, last game, herO did go 4 gates, which I was praising him for, but the execution of the build was lacking. He just lost so many Stalkers early on, and the 4-gate fell on its face. We'll see if he goes for another 4-gate, or if he goes for something more economic instead. And we're leaning towards economy. Leaning towards economic builds. Now we're calming down. We are going to be calming down. We're going to gain map control. Blink is on the way. Getting into Blink. Once again, this is going to be 3-gate Blink out of herO, so relatively safe. It's a very flexible way to open up. Just picking away at the army, looking for a way in. A tank is in position. Cyclone goes out. Oh, he blinks in. Oh no, he blinks into tank fire. It gets the Cyclone, but it does cost him 2 Stalkers. Almost 3. Almost 3 Stalkers go down. You can see how low these Stalkers are. This has not been worth it for herO. It's not been worth it. These Stalkers are so very low. I mean, at least he escapes with 2 more. herO has to get the hell out of here, has to pull away, and now he expands. And remember, he delayed his own 3rd base in favor of that aggression, and it was not worth it. But the aggression isn't over. It's not over. Prism moves out, Stalkers as well. herO, he commits. And he wants economic damage. Again, ByuN, he's securing the main base, but can we get into the mineral line? He's making his way towards those minerals, towards those workers. He's going to be denied. ByuN, he defends well. He defends the main base well. He's secure. Stim is on the way. And we're waiting for the 3rd CC. Nice harass. 4 probes? Oh my god. 4 probes go down. Here it gets 1 SCV here on the natural. Claiming his 3rd base. ByuN has yet to expand. True. ByuN is breaking out. Gets spotted by the observer. ByuN does notice. Keen eyes at ByuN. herO, ideally, he wants to engage at a time, and he wants to slow this down. He blinks in. Oh, bleeds out a Stalker. Miscontrol out of herO. It does miscontrol. herO's not able to save. ByuN gets across the map. Does have the army advantage. First tank is going to go down. Nice pickup. Okay, dives on the first tank. Dives on the second tank as well. Oh no, the second tank. Ooh, the second tank goes down. And now it's going to be ByuN starting to miscontrol as he fails to lift up the tanks. Could have lifted, could have gone the hell out of there. And ByuN overextends. So big overextension by ByuN. Even losing that medevac. Medevac goes down. Here he has more charge lots, of course. Can warp in. For now, not quite able to. Has to pull away. From here is reinforcing from back at home. So he commits in. So plus storms is run away. Yeah, we get some decent storms. Bearing in mind that here, all he's doing here is just buying time. He's just distracting ByuN while he expands. While he claims his third, claims his fourth base, building up his economy, rushing into a high-yield gas geyser expansion. Okay. Interesting expansion pattern out of herO. And as he's doing this, he's containing. ByuN, does he have a third CC yet? Wait, what? Where's the third? Here he commits in, takes some ice shots to the face. Again, here there's no reason to push in like this. There's no reason for herO to push into the natural. He's getting a fourth. We can just chill. We just chill and wait for ByuN to come to you. Wait for ByuN to step out, as he will have to if he wants to expand. Just calm down, herO. Calm down. Let him come to you. As herO pulls away, he rotates. Speaking of the third base, I guess, right? I did miss it in the main base earlier, but he is claiming his third. That's EMP. And EMP lands. Here he has to back off. He cannot engage. He bled out too much earlier. And now he rotates. herO, he's being hyper aggressive here. He just wants to move in. Storm is going to be spent. Comes in for the storm. Very nice splits out of ByuN. Oh my god, the pre-split. ByuN, calm down. Zelta collapsing in though. And no bunker. True, there's no bunker. ByuN kites back to his mineral line. Here he has enough anyway. Oh my god, massive storms on the army. On the SCVs, on the main force as well. And herO breaks through. Here he breaks through the main army, busts into the third, 19 SCV kills. And it wasn't pretty, but herO, he's doing it. He's doing it. And it took ByuN so long to get a third base up and running. Here he was up 2 bases compared to ByuN. Now we are lacking a storm. Lacking splash damage. There we go. High Templar does warp in. He's got his Templar. Again, here he's so close to just breaking ByuN. We have the mass mule hammer here at the third. ByuN, he can't afford to lose this. Not like this. The base is getting low. Feedback's coming in. Ooh, does land the storm. Yeah, lands the storm, catching other ghosts as well. There's only one Viking. And again, from the earlier fight, like herO has broken ByuN. Breaking quite some time ago. GG gets called, and herO, he will claim the series 3-2, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Hyper aggression here out of herO. At times overly aggressive, but he was able to pop off and contain ByuN. Remember, he contained ByuN on 2 bases, while herO was getting a third, he was getting a fourth base. herO even taking some high yield gas geysers as well. herO was able to gain map control, and ByuN had a very hard time taking his third. He had a very, very hard time taking his third base, and by the time he did, it was too late. herO was already there to knock down that front door and to punish that third expansion and ensure that ByuN could never really catch up economically. GG. GG well played. It was still back and forth. There's still moments for both players, of course. ByuN was able to harass nicely with the Raven harass, of course, with the auto turrets. Was able to be active, was able to harass, and did actually even force some overextensions out of herO at times, but there were some other key moments where herO gained map control. Remember, why could herO contain his opponent on 2 bases? Well, ByuN lost his tanks. Remember, ByuN, he went for an early push, he lost 2 tanks in the center of the map, and he lost momentum. That was the moments where ByuN, he lost map control, and he had a weaker setup defensively at home as well, which delayed the 3rd base. But GG. GG well played. With that, we have our first finalist. We have our first finalist here. Exclamation mark be in the chat to have a look back yourselves. Let us catch on up on the bracket itself. Meanwhile, big shout out to ByuN. ByuN for making it all the way to the semis and for facing off against herO. It was not easy. ByuN, he took down Cure to make it to those semifinals. So impressive play there by ByuN to bring Cure down. Meanwhile, herO is going to be the first finalist. He's waiting for the winner of Clem and MaxPax. Which are still mid-series, question mark? No shot. Yeah, it looks like we are still waiting for an update here, but it looks like Clem and MaxPax, they're facing off, and the winner goes up against herO. Looks like we have some downtime. I think Clem versus MaxPax might have finished, they just didn't update the score. I'm a little bit on the fence on that, so we'll see. We shall see. Okay, it looks like they finished. Ugliest map I've ever seen. Without being as harsh, I would, for the most part, agree. Like, I do think that Defender's Lab, I was praising it for its features, for the speed zones, the steam vents, the map layouts, of course, as well. But visually, I do agree. I do think it's not a very pretty map at all. unfortunately, because I feel like that takes away from what otherwise is a good map. But visually, it's not ideal. Meanwhile, we have an update. There we go. We have the update. Clem takes on MaxPax 3-1, and we have Clem versus herO in the grand finals. So it's going to be a TVP, or it could be a PvP actually. Clem has been playing a lot of Protoss against herO as of late, with mixed results, but we have been seeing a lot of Clem's Protoss and PvPs. We'll see what he goes for this time. Does he play Terran or Protoss? Oh boy. If you recall, I wanted to avoid the mirror matchup, but we might not be able to. It's out of our hands, man. Out of our hands. What format is Clem versus MaxPax? Best of 5. Both semis are best of 5s. So Clem, he 3-1s MaxPax, and herO 3-2s ByuN. Shout out to MaxPax for streaming his POV and for making it to the semis. Very impressive play there by MaxPax. Does fall to Clem, but still, I mean, you know, there's no shame in going down to Clem. He's like best Terran in the world, so no shame whatsoever. GG. Same with ByuN as well, right? Like herO's like best Protoss in the world, so it was impressive to see both ByuN and MaxPax compete against the top 2 players, as we could not stop the top 2 seeds from facing off. Clem versus herO in a potential PvP matchup. We'll see. If you haven't been watching as of late, Clem has been playing a lot of Protoss against herO over the past 2 weeks. Hasn't been too long, but 2 weeks. 2 weeks we've seen him play Protoss in Monday Night Weeklies and in Kung Fu Cups as well. And maybe in Wardy TV Mondays. That I'm not so sure about. So we'll see. Otherwise, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have herO and Clem facing off in a best of 5. See you soon. See you soon for that final series. everyone, welcome back to the grand finals. Los grand finales here of the PiGosaur Cup, PiGosaur Cup number 78. We have our top 2 players here. We have our top 2 seeds of the tournament. We were hoping that maybe we could see someone disrupt and to break the mold here in the finals, but that is not the case. We have our top 2 players. We have our Terran and Protoss. No PvP, not this time. Thank God. Let's go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. No, Pacheka. As we are jumping into our game, and it looks like we have some latency issues here. Hopefully everything's okay. Maybe like power outage or a blip in the internet. You know, we can't complain because what was it, like yesterday, 2 days ago, we had the same thing where our connection to, it was a little bit different, our connection to the internet died and we just couldn't stream the finals of Code for Giants Cup. It happens. It does happen. Much love to Pacheca. Pacheca, of course, is casting in Spanish. Casting in Espanol. So it's all good. It's understandable. And thankfully, it also happens at the start of the game when nothing's going on, right? Like, there's no big engagement happening, there's no big fights. None of that. As in the top left-hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. It's time to Mlem. Let's go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial TVP. Let's go. Let us go as we are going to be settling in. And for the time being, we do have our initial opener here going for our initial start. Welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, or top left as well. 4 possible spawn locations. Now, because it's a 4-player spawn map, you might be thinking, hold up, is it difficult to scout? It is, but that is alleviated thanks to these monorail systems. We have these monorail systems coming in and connecting every corner of the map so you can scout faster, specifically with workers. Bearing in mind that this monorail system only allows workers in. Lings or Marines or Zealots cannot fit inside, so it's only for worker scouting. Technically, you can like proxy hatchery or proxy pylon and try to proxy using this as well. I guess that is a possibility, but we've yet to see any of that. As we do have Clem scouting bottom right, and herO also scouts bottom right as well. They both scout over towards the right hand side. Longer scout for herO. Clem, he's moving through the tube, moving through the tunnel system. herO confirms a lack of Clem, and now he's going top right. Oh god, do we also make a lap for Clem as well? Confirms nothing in position, pulls back. Okay, so Clem pulls back, and herO keeps going top right. With us, herO is going for a standard opener. Meanwhile, Clem, he himself did go for his own racks into expand, into delayed factory, into delayed gas. More economic build out of Clem. It's being more economic. Clem, he'll find these scouts at top left. herO, he's just making his full lap all the way back home. And Clem, with the SME, gets a full scout. He confirms the Twilight Council. He sees attack. Very nice. And nice scout here by Clem. Pokes in, sees the tech, and pulls away. The RNG in favor of the Terran. Oh, hello. That's a little bit different here. So we do have close spawns. It is vertical spawns here between herO and Clem. Clem is going for a second and third racks before starport. This screams 2-base all in. Sorry, hyper aggression out of Clem. Basically, Clem, he's going for a faster stim, faster raxes, a faster marine production, and going for delayed medevacs. Delayed medevacs, delayed starports. Delayed drop play, delayed harassment in favor of just more army units. And this can lead into an all-in. We can still expand behind this, but regardless, hyper aggression out of Clem. As here come those reactive marines, and here come the stim. Here come the upgrades. As there's stim on the way. You can see here, oh no! Here he wants to scout. He wants to. Oh my god. Yeah, probe gets shut down. Denies the scout. 2 more gates on the way, going up to 4. Jesus, 4 gate blink stalker out of herO. Both players are being aggressive. herO, he didn't really get to see too much here. He saw the positioning of the factory, which is a little bit suspicious, as it clearly is being used to make add-ons. But here he reacts with hyper aggression, mass blink stalker. And because of the build of choice from Clem, he has no tanks, right? Again, the factory is only being used for add-on production, so 0 tanks to defend. herO, he can pull this off. He can do this. Well, he can. We'll see if he does. As herO does move in, catching at the Cyclone. Cyclone does pull away. Doesn't bait the blink. So far, nice trade. Stim is not yet done. Still a couple of seconds away. So picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Marines. I'll pick up micro here by herO. Does pull away. Nice blink control as well. But Stim is now done. Yeah, Stim is now complete. So we can see that herO is still warping in. Still applying pressure. There's no safety bunker. Again, there's no tanks. Ooh. Clutch blinks. Yeah, very clutch control there. The prism. Oh no, the prism. Ooh, doesn't get away. No more warp-ins. But here he has enough. Wow, he has enough. He overwhelms. Takes down the Metamax, the Cyclones, the Marauders as well. Heavy losses here for Clem. Yeah, heavy losses as. Ooh, we're lacking something control. Yeah, lacking a bit of control there. herO otherwise distracted. But still out trades. Here he punishes the army, taking down the Cyclones, the Metamax, the Marauders, the SCVs. If herO had the Prism, he could just end the game. Here, he could just end the game if he had that War Prism. Did he rebuild? It's still on the way. Yeah, the Prism's being chronoed out as we speak. So later War Prism. Oh. Catching out a couple of Stalkers. Jump into the main. Jump into the main base. You know, here he does blink away. He's trying to trade as best he can. Actually diving on the Marauders here. Bold move. He's crazy. Oh my god. He takes the fight. He just sends at Pappy. Oof. Oh, good. Yeah, it does miss control. Clem is holding. Clem is holding. Clem is punishing. Now, we're in a similar position to what we were in the ByuN series, where herO, he did a lot of damage, which is great, but herO's all in. Like, here, his third base is so late here. herO, this is not good enough. herO has to kill. He's done a lot of damage, but he needs more than this. herO blinks forward. Again, he's desperate. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Clem. And this is still not good enough. Scan reveals the lack of saturation at the third base. Clem should be feeling good about this. herO, he's gotten so close. I mentioned it previously, but if herO didn't lose his War Prism, then he could have killed earlier. They lost that Prism, delayed reinforcements. And with that, Clem, he's just snowballing out of control. He's snowballing out of control. He defends, he holds on, he has a higher worker count, he has a better economy. Third CC is on the way, extra Raxes, more ByuN. Desperation by herO when behind Dark Shrine. He's behind, Pappy. He needs those DTs. Oh, there's no escaping this. Yeah, there's no escaping. Prism is hunted down. Massive pickup. And here he has no standing army. He's got 1 Stalker. Now 4. 4 Stalkers. Clem breaks out. He breaks out across the map. He's going to be pushing. Oof. Okay, breaks through that front door. Marines dropping into the main. He's trying to. Yeah, trying to drop in, but he's going to be shut down. Denies the warp in as well. And with that, Clem has broken herO. As we mentioned before, herO is doing a lot of damage, but it just wasn't enough. Was not good enough. He bled out too much, took too long. With that, the 1 DT is doing damage, putting in some work. The Dark Templar. Do we have a scan? Do we? I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just free damage with the DT. There we go. Now we have a scan. Catching out one of the Dark Templar. Behind this, we have DTs doing damage. SCVs are going down. Okay, we're getting messy. Uh-oh. We're getting messy. Getting chaotic. Catching out 2 free Vikings. So GG. Yeah, GG gets scored. There's still not enough here. And Clem, he snowballs out of control. He does take game number 1. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. Again, herO, he was hyper all-in, going 4-gate blink, and herO, it was impressive. He was doing damage. He was breaking the Cyclones and the Marauders and the Medevacs and killing SCVs, but he didn't kill. He was crippling, he was doing damage, but he did not kill his opponents. The all-in failed, essentially, from herO. On top of that, again, as we mentioned, his reinforcements were delayed. He lost his Prism, he couldn't keep pushing, and Clem, he survived. He weathered the storm, snowballed out of control from there. GG. Clem just outscaled. He just outscaled with a better economy, with a larger army. And with that, Clem takes a lead. Clem does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if herO can recover. So we're getting ready for game number 2. Alright, getting ready. Loading into Rainfall. Okay, I believe for the first time tonight. True. Going to be loading to Rainfall. Rainfall is a smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored. I guess it does share some similarities with Tourmaline, for example. But aggression is favored here, and we'll see how our players will approach. There's also a lot of rain. True. A lot of rain. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1 down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player, himself. We have the French Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Leading the series 1-0, and the rain be falling. Arguably too much rain. You can see, you can see here that the main base is it's covered, Bobby. Oh my god! I say covered. It looks like. Are we waist deep in water right now? Look at the SCVs. Yeah, they are submerged. Their lower halves, at least. Oh my god! There's so much rain. Someone get him up, Bobby. Someone get him up. Aye. So, oh boy. But the ASMR rain though. True. As we have our rainfall. The rain, I will say that the water effect here looks kind of weird. As you can see, it looks a little bit like low. Do I want to say low resolution? Like just because of the reflect effect on the water. It's yeah, it's got a weird look to it for sure. But regardless, across from here we're settling in. Low frame rate, I guess. No, it's not that. You can see it, right? Like you can see it shift and move. It's the puddle. It's the puddle effect. I think it might just be too high. As I mentioned before, like it's like waist deep here. Hard to say. There we go. Here we go. From here, we are going to be settling in. It is going to be a Stargate opener out of herO. Interesting. So Stargate openers are viable, but I would say they're safer on larger maps. And I just mentioned that Rainfall is a very small map of the map pool. Very small map, short rush distance by ground. Clem has the potential to punish, and he's going for his own 1-1-1 follow-up. Nothing crazy here, but the earlier add-on swap into... Hold on. Marine first into add-on swap into early Cyclone play. herO might be in trouble here in the early game. We'll see. We'll see if Clem can scout. Thankfully for herO, Clem does not SCV scout, and he doesn't Reaper scout into the main. So Clem has very limited information. Did skip the Reaper, going for the safety Cyclone, and we'll see what herO can get done. We shall see. S2 clearly is made for water. I mean, there's some really nice water effects when it comes to, if you remember, like Silvermoon. Silvermoon had some really nice beach layouts, and like the tide coming back and forth. I think Wavebreaker as well, hence the name. I can't believe Silvermoon didn't make it through. Like I thought that was a sure thing. Feel Silvermoon, man. You can see it here as well. Like there's this weird wave effect. Curious. I mean, I'm sure it'll be cleaned up if it does make it into the map pool. Regardless, we have our job into the main base. We have our Phoenix opener. So not Oracle. Opening up, sorry, Oracle is across the map. Phoenix does engage. Oracle does make it to the mineral line, and the Cyclone is out of position. Again, if these units were back at home to defend, then Clem would be fine. Even here, it does punish and does barely catch out the Phoenix. Nice catch here by Clem. But across the map, 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. Oof, this is getting out of hand. Losing 5 workers. The Oracle opener was worth it. It was worth it here. Getting it to 6, 7. Oh my god. 7 SCVs. 7 workers go down. Cyclone does race home to defend. But the Oracle's still a threat here. Still alive. Still survives. Ah, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Yeah, lift is too late. We're getting messy. We're getting messy here. But again, 7 worker kills for the Oracle was well worth it. herO catching out the initial Cyclone. Diving on the Raven. Going for the kill. Doesn't break the bunker. It doesn't break on through. But we're getting very, very chaotic here. Behind this herO, he goes for his initial 2-gate follow-up. Sorry, 3-gate follow-up into charge into his 3rd expansion. herO embracing the mid-game and heavily relying here on these Phoenixes to maintain map control. He's trying to maintain. I see Tuna Toast in the chat. Replay. If we ever have a replay cast, it is stated in the title of the stream. So the title of the stream, it doesn't say that, so it is live. Can make that assumption on this channel at least. So from here, herO's on patrol. Clem is building up his mass bio army, and we're waiting for the main push. We're waiting for the stim timing here for Clem. Remember that herO, because of this Phoenix opener, he has delayed Twilight Council upgrades, delayed splash damage as well. There is a window in time where herO can be broken by a 2-base all-in. As here we go. Here we go. We have our triple drop across the map. Clem is moving out. Phoenix is they at least spot the 3rd TC. They will delay. They will delay the expansion. Clem committing in. I don't think he has enough here. He's going to get caught out. Yeah, Clem is getting caught out here mid-unload. Bleeding out Marines, bleeding out Marauders. Clem is being bullied here. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, again, he was caught as he was unloading his army. And with that, Clem will lose everything. He'll lose the entire army here. Massive blunder for Clem. And that might just be it. herO can just keep pushing, and he can reinforce. He has a proxy. He has a proxy. Clem is now in danger. He lost his main army. Down heavily in supply. Show some line shots. Decent connections. Yeah, decent connections here. We go for the mass lift. He's also rallying in. GG gets called, and herO, he does have the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. herO's Noble's out of control, winding it back. Again, Clem, he did go for a very committed move out. He went for a triple drop across the map, and he got caught. He got caught as he was trying to unload, as he was dropping. So massive blunder there from Clem. He got caught with his pants down. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. The game instantly does end. Oh, as we load into game number 3. Here we go. As we are getting into our game. And game number 3 is going to be on lockdown. Okay. A bit of a larger map, longer rush distance. We're expecting some mid-game here, but we have yet to really experience any mid-game between our two players. So hopefully we can actually have a back and forth. We'll see, as we actually haven't experienced that the entire broadcast yet. Oh boy. We'll see if we can get there. We shall see. Spawning in the top right hand corner here of lockdown, we have the blue Terran player. We have the French Terran being forced into a tied series. We'll see if he can bring it back and take a lead. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player going for the proxy. Going for the proxy gateway, representing T1. It is herO. Yo, it's like, oh, it's a larger map. We can macro. No macro. Not today. Not this broadcast. God damn it. As here he does claim that center area, going for the proxy. Again, it's very common to skip the SCV scout for the Terran player. And if there's no SCV scout, there's no vision, there's no scouting, and Clem is going for an economic build. Makes sense. Remember, there's a ramp. There's a ramp coming into the natural, so it's a very safe setup here on two bases, so there's a higher chance that the Terran player goes for an economic build. That's why herO is gambling on trying and hoping that happens to try to punish. The gamba papi. So herO, he wants that low ground CC. He wants it. As there's that SCV moving down to low ground. Clem will expand. Oh, does he SCV scout? Okay. With this SCV scout, Clem, he can actually react and respond with a high ground CC instead. If he has the money. He has money for it. Ooh, he throws it down. Now he scouts. Yeah, now he confirms. Now Clem is aware, and he's going to try to make a stand. Now he does have time to throw down the bunker. Again, this bunker would not be here if he hadn't scouted. So he's going to make that low ground defense. Zealot does waddle in. Will delay the bunker. Kills the CC. Sorry, kills the SCV, I meant to say. Yeah, kills the SCV, delays the command center as well. Chasing down Clem, buying time. We have our depths on the way as well. And we'll see if herO can maintain control of the low ground. We need a second SCV down here. Adept is moving in. And that bunker will not finish. With good enough control, that CC shouldn't finish either. Oh no! And Reaper does get away. Yep, SCV gets hunted down. Nothing will finish here on the low ground. There's a Marauder though, true. Marauder has arrived as second Adept is moving in. First Adept shades away. Second Adept shades in, once again delaying the command center. The Reaper! Oh my god, that was close. That was close here. Now getting to a Stalker. Behind this here, he has expanded. He's not all in. Twilight Council's on the way. He's transitioning. And looks like Clem will finally expand. We could commit to a Shade here to kill the SCV, but the Adepts, I believe they race back home. Yeah, they race back home. Whew, Clem, he does hold, he does defend, he does expand, but again, a very delayed expansion for Clem. Very delayed. Behind this is going to be a 3-rack sim timing out of our Terran player. Very, very strong sim timing here, by the way. So hyper aggression in the mid game. And herO, did he scout? He did. Yeah, he saw the research. He's aware. Now herO, in his mind, this could either be 3 CC 3-racks or it could be just a straight up 3-racks. So true. herO is not fully aware as to how aggressive this is. Does Sniper Marauder? Oh, barely does. And Marauder goes down. Stalker gets punished. Yeah, no overextension out of herO. Does overextend. And hero's going for the Dark Shrine. Now, we were praising herO for doing this against ByuN. I had to stand by it here as well. Because of the heavy ByuN army and because we're muling so much, DTs have a higher chance of getting damage done. And of being a real issue here for Clem. There's a common response to 3-axes. Just because scans are so limited. Oh wait, did he scan? Wait, what? Yeah, doesn't see the Dark Shrine, but he gets a safety turret anyway. Very nice here out of Clem. He has experience with herO. He's like, hey, I know that you commonly react with a Dark Shrine. And I believe it's cancelled. Yeah, the Dark Shrine is cancelled. So nice rescat out of herO. So Clem, he blindly goes to the turret because he knows that herO likes to respond with DTs against 3-maxes. Meanwhile, herO scouts the turrets and he does cancel. He does cancel, going for Storm instead. So we have that back and forth. Rushing into Storm. As a result, you will have a delayed third. True. Yeah, that may become an issue. It's going for the later third base. Clem is in a position to attempt to scout. Just scout and confirm. Yes, Clem says here needs to calm down. There's no need for him to push in. We get some okay force fields. He does look down 3 Marauders. Okay. 3 Marauders get picked up. Not a bad trade for herO. And he pulls away. From here, he pulls away. Claiming his third base. Storm is halfway done. And we'll see what herO does with this Storm timing. He can go for a Storm drop into the mineral line, or he can try to break the main force. One or the other. Oh, there's no Robo. Never mind. Yeah, no Robo, no War Prism. herO, he has no pushing power. I mean, he'll have Storm ready for the sim timing, I guess, defensively. Third CC now begins for Clem. We're embracing the mid game. Let's go. We're calming down. After a very aggressive, very chaotic early game, we're calming things down at least a little bit. I say we're calming things down. Clem still has a window where he can push, but he's not pushing. He's going for a drop instead. Okay. So a very uncommitted play here from Clem. Leaves the main army back at home. The drop gets spotted. Here is aware of the drop play. Is being active. As the armies they pass by each other, Clem going for his double jump into the main base. There's a cannon to buy some time. And here, does he attempt to recall? Does he recall? There are no storms in these High Templar, going for the feedbacks. Oof. The Archon's going to be focused down. Hero's moving in. He's trying to at least. High Templar exposed, and he will lose one. No, not even. He saves them. He saves the Templar. Storms a zone away. But Hero, can he get up the ramp? He's trying. He's trying to. Nice storm in the main. Oh, he stands in the storms. No, Clem. He stands in the storms back at home. The drop is not being dealt with, though. It's still not being dealt with. The drop is getting out of hand. 11 probe kills. Crazy damage in the main. Yeah, insane damage here. Hero, he lost the Archon. He lost the Zealots. He did not have enough to defend back at home. Hero is now crippled. And here he could have had a very strong fight here across the map, but he's denied that. Yeah, Hero's behind. Here he's behind. He's going to lose out of these High Templar. Nice splits, nice spread. He gets one. One Templar goes down. Bays out 4 storms. Another storm as well. The panic storms, Pappy. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for Clem. Clem has got the high worker counts. He's even on bases. He's ahead economically. He's got the larger army. Ghosts now amassing as well. There's a small window in time where maybe Hero can break through before there are ghosts. It's a small window. Storm in the main army. Ghosts are coming in. Ghosts have arrived, and Hero, he is deflected. He is now deflected. And from here, Clem's totally out of control. Again, we were hoping to get some mid-game here between Hero and Clem, but Hero was hyper-aggressive. He was basically 3-base all-in. He was 3-base all-in. The all-in fails, and Hero falls far behind. Ooh, does go for the Storm Drop. 2, 3? 3 SCVs. It's some damage. A little bit of desperation here by Hero. No, he lost the Prism. Oh god, he lost the Prism. He lost the High Templar. Not worth it. Not like this. And now here comes Clem. Yeah, here comes a massive army. And again, Hero, we were hoping to settle into like a standard mid game, but nah. We can just move, Pappy. There's how many storms? There's 2. There's 2 High Templar, 2 storms to defend. They're going for the base trade. This is the best chance. It's the best chance for Hero to go for the base trade. He cannot fight the main army. Clem, he spots the base trade. Clem responds. Hero, he does get across the map. But again, this is just desperation out of Hero. It's going to cost him most of his Zealots. Drop into the main. Hero being chased down. And this does at least buy time. True. Like, this does buy time for Hero. Taking more bases, trying to build up his High Templar count. He's still on 2, getting up to 2 Colossus. Can Hero stabilize? Can he try to slow the game down and bring himself back into this? Oh, the EMPs! Oh god, crazy EMPs. 0 storms. Those are the only 2 High Templar. Those are the only 2. Drop to the main. Ooh, does deny range. Extended lance is not going to be a factor. EMPs the entire army. It all gets EMP. And Clem is about to max. He's about to max out. He's about to be what, up 80 supply. He's got over double the army supply here of his opponents. And Clem just doesn't know. He doesn't know how far ahead he is. So he's just calming down, pulling back, playing it safe. Here he was supply blocked. Okay. The one chance we have, Novus. If we can land with a couple of Purification Overs, then maybe herO can buy enough time to force back his opponent. That's the one hope here. The Purification Overs, the Disruptors. Speaking of, here we go, first Overs go up. Oh, we get some okay connections. Catching up 3 Marauders. We just stim in. Yeah, we just stim in. Nova doesn't quite connect. Nice target firing, and Clem overwhelms. Just stims on in, breaks through the main army, takes down the Colossus, takes down the Disruptors, and there's just not enough Protoss left. As Clem overruns, GG gets called, and Clem takes the lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very chaotic early to mid game here between herO and Clem. Again, we thought that things were going to slow down and we were going to be able to embrace the mid game, but no, herO went for a 3-base all-in, chose not to take his gases, chose not to get a 4th base, chose not to take up. He went for a big 3-base all-in, and he failed to break Clem. Clem, he was able to hold on at his 3rd base, snowball out of control from there, shut down the High Templar, any prison play, any gateway army, and yeah, from there herO just fell out. He just got outscaled. He got outscaled. If you recall, the one chance that herO had was the base trade, where Clem was pushing and herO recognized he could not engage with Clem, so he tried to base trade, but Clem spotted the army. He spotted the army, so he just turned around. He just turned around, ensured that herO could not get away with a base trade. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we are now getting into game number 4. We'll see if Clem can close out here now. We'll see if herO can bring it back. Brutality of Clem. I mean, again, it came down to herO's build. Like herO, he basically chose not to get upgrades, not to expand. He just doubled down with his storm timing. To be fair, like even before that, we saw that herO was being hyper aggressive with the proxy. Remember, it all began with the proxy. And if you recall, we had like this weird back and forth where herO went for a Dark Shrine response, and then the Dark Shrine was scouted, it was cancelled, went into Storm, went for the Storm drop. But again, that storm timing just was a little bit lackluster there. And now we're getting to game number 4. Let's go. Loading into Washout. And personally, I'm hoping for the ace match, right? I want to see a game 5. I want to see a back and forth, regardless of who wins, but the pressure is on the Protoss. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Washouts, we have the French Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go. Clem clean enough after showering the storms to win this. True. He's clean. He's washed on washout, Bappy. Let's go. He has that advantage. But you're correct in saying that that's what it came down to. If you remember, it was when herO, he was pushing up the ramp into the natural with his storms, and he did land a nice juicy storm on Clem's army, but he was also pushing up a ramp into bunkers, into a greater concave. At the same time, it was Clem that went for the double drop, and that's what dealt critical damage. If you remember, Clem went for the double drop into the main base of herO. He killed 11 probes, and he killed 2 High Templar and all the Zealots as well, and he was still finding even more damage. Like, that double drop was brutal. At the same time, herO was ignoring it for the most part. He was trying to break the 3rd with his main push, right? He was basically ignoring it, hoping he could kill Clem, failed to kill Clem. That's the all-in we were referring to. Is that herO chose to ignore the drop, but chose to have minimal defenses to commit to kill his opponent, and Clem survived. He held, he survived. And here we go, we're loading into game number 4. From here, Clem is going for an economic start. We can see 1 gas. So single gas opener, racks expand into a later factory. Settling in. Likewise, herO going Zealot first. Interesting, no proxy. Does go Zealot first. This is designed to delay the CC. Clem did scout this, of course, so Clem knows. He's aware of the Zealots moving out across the map. And Clem should be ready. The fact that you remember even the number of probes destroyed in one. No. We got that pattern recognition, Pappy. True, true. The numbers stand out. We do what we can, Pappy. We do what we can. Don't tell us to do math on stream, though. Don't you? Oh, no. Zealot does delay. Delays the CC. Adept moves out. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of herO, and herO's just trying to buy time for the Adept to get a kill on that SCV. Okay, delay the command center. Adept has arrived. Tries to move in and fails to do so. Yeah, it does fail to do so. With that Clem, he defends. He gets his CC up and running. The Adept is being hunted down by the Hellion. And with that, Clem does have the cleaner early game. Ooh, does shade away. Does he? Oh no, herO! Yeah, Clem, he finds him. herO does not get away. Adept is hunted down. And Clem holds. Clem, he holds nicely here. Shuts down the Zealot, shuts down the Adept. Gets a CC. And we'll see how herO opens up. Going for Blink. So how many gateways? We have one gateway in the main. We have a second gateway here at the natural. So far, 2-gate Blink. herO might go for an economic opener, and he is, for the first time this series, third Nexus before third gateway, and before the Robo as well. Okay, so this is the greediest build we've seen so far in this entire series out of herO. Oh, let's go. But it is going to be for that third Nexus after the initial 2-gate. Very greedy build out of herO. And now the onus is going to be on Clem. Clem, he himself is going for his own 1-1-1 standard opener out of Clem. Job moves towards the main base. Hellion will rotate over towards the third.
Complete.
And Clem, he should scout. Yeah, does. I mean, is aware the base is there. Is aware of the expansion, and does see the progression as well. So Clem knows. Clem is aware. At the same time, wouldn't mind the waddles in. Oh my god, 5 probes! That should not have happened. Not even a mine drop, by the way. He just waddles into the mineral line. 5 probes go down. herO is being pulled apart. Losing 5 workers. In the end, this economic build here is not quite worth it. As herO, he's losing that economic advantage. And Clem ready to move in once again. herO, he pushes to the center. At the same time, Clem goes to the backstab. And Clem moves in. Oh, denies mining. Forces herO to react. And what do we have at home to defend here? Okay, we have 2 tanks. We have 2 tanks in time. herO, he has Blink, he has high ground vision. He's going for the main base. Can he deny Stim? Ooh, yeah, Stim is exposed. That's on Clem. Yeah, Stim is exposed. Boys are being pulled to repair. Stim is going to be denied. One more volley. He gets it. Nice pickup. Deny Stim. Stim is denied at the same time. Clem is trying to be active, trying to find some damage. herO rotates over. Doesn't dive in. Clem is also trying to find a way into the bases. Stim is going to be heavily delayed. And herO can recover. Again, it was a really rough start. It really shakes off for herO to lose the Adept, to the Zealot, to lose 5 probes to the Widowmine. But now herO, he denies Stim, which means he can just calmly saturate his bases and even get a 4th base as well. Build up into the 4th. I do appreciate that Clem is being active. Like, there's a lot of pressure on Clem here to find some damage. Does set a trap. And ideally, Clem wants to lure the army into tank range. herO doesn't know. Ooh, tank shot. Yeah, tank shot's going off. Zoning back herO. That's all that Clem wanted. Does get a free volley. Stalkers are low. herO's moving in. Tanks are on siege. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Clem, he reacts in time. It does zone back those Stalkers. At the same time, Clem, he spots the would-be hybrid expansion. He spots him. base. Let's pull away. Clem getting caught out. But who catches who? Or does they hold their own? Fun fact, there's still no sim, by the way. Despite that, I'm still pushing. He wants to be active, he wants to break out. Just now claiming his own third. But he can't quite push. Cannot quite move out. Does spot the main army. It's very gateway heavy. Bearing in mind there's no storm, there's no colossus, no splash damage. Stalkers, they blink in. They get punished. Clemmy does catch out one of the stalkers. Once again, baits out the blink, but tanks are unsieged. A nice pickup. Does save the tanks. Cat's back to the minefield. Zelt's going to be going down. A tank volley is going off. And Clem holds. Clemmy's holding on. Once again, quick unsieged. To appreciate it, he pulls away. Oh! Tank's getting caught out. Losing one. It's one tank so far. And here he has momentum. The scariest part here is that herO has a hybrid gold base. So he's just reinforcing, just warping in way off the way of herO zealots. herO wants to kill. He wants to kill and end the game here and now. Just mass rally across the map, going for the Swarm Toss style. The Swarm Toss, pappy. Gets on top of the tank. Yeah, tank goes down. He blinks on forward as well. And Clem is being broken. He's being broken. herO, his economy was untouched. GG gets called, and herO, he will force the ace match. We're going to the ace match. We're going to game 5. GG. Whew, GG, well played. We spoke about it earlier, but it all came down to Stim. Stim being denied meant that herO was free to expand, free to probe up, and free to get his 4-base saturation. His economy was untouched. We saw that Clem, he was fighting for map control, but he couldn't actually move out across the map, couldn't actually apply any pressure and threaten the economy of herO. Couldn't do so. In the end, herO, he was able to just snowball out of control, get into mass charge lots, and did eventually catch Clem out. GG. Whew, GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 5, getting into the ace match here, and we'll see how this story ends. It can go one way or the other. It could go either way here, of course. Both herO and Clem, they do trade, they go back and forth in series, and we'll see what map we load into and where we're dropping. Are there any maps that we haven't actually featured yet today? Let's have a look at the map pool. We saw one game on Defender's Lab, we saw Lockdown, we did have a game on Old Sun Temple, Rorschach. We did not get a single game on Rorschach. That's the only one. Yeah, that's the only one. Oh, speaking of, let's go for the first time tonight. Rorschach is upon us. Okay. Let's go. We got it, Pappy. We got it. This map is wild. There's a lot to get into. Let's jump in. Here we go. It's going to be loading into that 5th and final game, loading into the ace match. And there's a lot to discuss as we're covering it for the first time. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rorschach, we have the French Terran player, we have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And welcome to a smaller map in the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground, very direct as well, going from low ground natural to low ground natural, very similar to, was it Blackburn? Like Blackburn from a couple of years ago, very similar here. We have our lower ground natural base, we have the same plane of elevation pushing into the natural, we have our triangular third, and we have our linear third base as well, which are relatively secure. We have some more narrow entrances into these bases, which do open up over time. The forward base is a little bit more open, that is true, but what's important about this map, bam, healing pad. We have a healing pad dead set in the center of the map, in between the forward third bases of each opponent. Likewise, we also have some hybrid expansions as well with these pseudo island bases. Now, I say pseudo-island base because this expansion here is isolated completely from every other expansion. You have to come down to the low ground and then up to the high ground to protect this expansion. So it's very isolated, very difficult to defend, and high risk, high reward in a sense. I almost wish that this was just a full gold base, to be honest. Like, just because of how exposed this base is, I'm not opposed to it to being a full expansion instead, but regardless, hybrid base. When it comes to the upper portion of the map, there's a full gold base here in the top center. We have top right and top left as well. But I'll be honest, in my opinion, I feel like rushes and early game aggression is going to be favored on Rorschach. Just because of the rush distance by ground, and because of the healing pad, and because of the accessibility of these forward bases. So due to those three factors, we're expecting all-ins and aggression. But we'll see, just because it's the first time I'm seeing a game on Rorschach. Just haven't casted it at all. Hello, hero. As hero does hide his probe. Reaver moves out. Bearing in mind, just like on... Oh, God. I want to say it's not Jagannatha, just like but just like on the previous map, there are some air blockers here in between the bases on the healing pad. Persephone, that's it. Jesus. I don't know why I was thinking Jagannatha. But just like on Persephone, we do have the air blockers to ensure that last oracles or banshees or air units cannot make use of this. No, I see in the YouTube chats, my favorite is Ducklings. Thank you for your time. Oh, gracias, baby, gracias. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate the kind words. We appreciate it. Thank you. As behind this, we are going for our Rax expand into factory follow-up. Ooh, that is a fast second Rax. Fast second Rax here. We spoke about this in game 1, but hyper aggression out of Clem. What are we getting into? Early stim, early bio production, delayed starports in favor of a heavy bio setup. Actually going for a 2-on-1. I was expecting a third Rax. A third Rax would have been a 2-base all-in, but going for a starport here means a 2-on-1. We have an early push, we have aggression, but not too committed. Okay. There's the add-on slope in the stim. As we mentioned, this is going to be a stim timing. Meanwhile, hero in for a Stargate opener? He's crazy. He has Stargate opener on Rorschach. He goes in, he confirms, he scouts the later starport. Hero knows. But again, hero's going to have a very difficult defense. Phoenixes, they do amazingly when it comes to these main tank pushes, but against a bio-heavy composition, Phoenixes, they struggle. They do struggle. Is going to be Phoenix into charge. Twilight Council's on the way. We need Zealots as quickly as possible. We need those Chartlots. Oh, the Reaper hides. He gets away. Yeah, the Reaper gets away. Hero's looking for that Reaper. Then he sucks it in. Gets past. He gets through. Even scouts a third. He does scout the faster third. There's that charge. As I mentioned, we do need some kind of supportive ground army. Blink Stalkers will not cut it. We need those charge lots. And Clem is building up into his own 2-on-1. Now, as we mentioned, I believe this is not a 2-base all-in. It's going to be hitting with Stim, with 16 Marines, with double medevac. But typically we expand behind this. Typically. Technically, Clem could pull the boys, but there we go. Medevacs have arrived. It's going to be 15 Marines, not 16. So 15 Marines moving out. Hero is out of position with the Phoenixes. Charge is only halfway done. Hero is exposed. And remember, short rush distance by air. Short rush distance. He's boosting in. We have 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers and 1 Adept to defend. Phoenixes are out of position. There's a recall back home. There's a defensive warp in. He stims in. Gets 1. Takes out 1 Phoenix. Does focus on the Zealots. And this is getting out of hand. Yeah, this is already getting out of hand here. Nice focus firing. Getting another Phoenix. Going for the probes. Picking up a sentry. Third Phoenix goes down. 0 Phoenixes left, which means no anti-air. Yeah, no anti-air. 1 medevac goes down, but the other is safe. And this is critical damage. 9 probe kills. 3 Phoenixes. The sentry was 3 Zealots. Yep, 3 Zealots as well. Crazy value here out of Clem, and he's not done. He rotates. He might get a Zealot, maybe. Oh, the control. The micro. Ooh, doesn't. Yeah, doesn't get the Zealot, has to pull away. Behind this, herO setting up a proxy gateway. And Clem is getting a third CC. And remember, Clem, he didn't kill, but he wasn't meant to kill. It was a 2-on-1. It was just an aggressive build, an aggressive start. And the aggression was successful. Sending out a triple Widowmine drop. Building up back at home. And usually Widowmine drops would struggle here in this game state because of the Phoenixes, but the Phoenix count was reset. There's no more Phoenixes. Clem boosts in, heads for the mineral line. herO, where's the reaction? Where's the reaction? Oh no! Does pull away. Okay, does pull away. The retargeting here is it's impressive. Ooh, catching out three probes in the Stalker, another mine dropper here into the natural. Getting 2 more probes, 5 in total, and he even saves the Widowmine. Yeah, comes back, saves the mine. herO is struggling. Went behind, goal based. He's going for the ninja. We're rushing into the ninja expansion. This is a way to recover in this game. Rushing into the gold. Can he get away with it? And Clem being cheeky. He's being cheeky. Bearing in mind there's no blink. No blink Stalkers, but alas, we have Warpins, and the medevac finally goes down. hero's being active. He needs to be. Now remember, herO, his goal here is to posture, is to threaten, is to make Clem second guess himself, have him be overly defensive while herO is being greedy. Because of this, herO should not engage. The problem with engaging, if he pushes into this and if herO loses the fight, which he would, then he'll trigger a counterattack. Oh no, he gets scouted! No! He gets scouted, baby. Ay, ay, ay. Clem knows. Not like this. Clem, he knows what's going on. He finds the army. herO, he has to get the hell out of here. He cannot fight head on, as we mentioned. He cannot fight. He's forced to, though. Yeah, he has to make a stand. Oof. Mine shot's going off. herO racing back. Does have a lot of zealots. But there's just so much bio here. Yeah, so much bio. The best that herO can hope for is maybe force friendly fire. If he can come in from behind and force the mine shots to go off on the Marines, then maybe. If herO can force friendly fire, then he can hold on. Do we base trade? herO, he abandons the base. herO abandons. Okay, does peel some zealots. herO pulling back around. He does get caught. Losing another Phoenix. The drop is saved. Again, just a lot of posturing here. A lot of posturing, a lot of back and forth. herO trying to come in for the surround. Wouldn't mind to do burrow. And the mine shots! Oh my god. Okay, mine shots don't quite connect. But it's only zealot here. It's mainly a zealot army. There's not much going on. A very nice target firing at a Clem. He did intentionally focus on the sentry with that. Gets a sentry. herO, he's trapped. Forced to engage. As he tries to push in. Just getting kited to death. 7 probe kills. Yeah, takes in 7 workers. Ooh, friendly fire! Oh my, he does it! The friendly fire! It's the herO. Okay. Some clean moves out of herO. Let's go. Again, that's the best thing you can hope for. Is to force the friendly fire out of these mines. Gets one shot off. He needs to do that again. Can he do that 2 more times? Oh. As Clem drops across the map, he will depower the forges. Clem pulling back. 1 forge gets depowered. I feel like Clem is playing a little bit too safe here. I do feel like he could press his advantage, but he's just playing it safe. Calming down. Just waiting for his reinforcements. Now we have ghosts. Now we have EMPs. And here they come. Oof. Yeah, EMP on the Archons. This time there's no friendly fire. Yeah, no friendly fire. And again, Clem has done it. He's just snowballing out of control. He's breaking the main army. Takes care of all the zealots. There's just nothing left. We have, what, 3 zealots, 5 stalkers. The boys are being pulled. Desperation out of herO. Again, it was just a shaky start. A very shaky start from herO. Remember, early on, he lost so many workers. There was, what, 9 probes going down? The 3 Phoenixes, the Sentry. It was critical damage early on, and what was hero's response? Ninja Base, right? The Ninja Base was his way to recover in this game, but there is no Ninja Base. GG gets called, and Clem, he will claim the series 3-2, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Clem, he will claim the series. Again, Clem, he winding it back here, he went for a very unique build. What was it? 2-1-1. 2-1-1s, they're common against Zerg. They're very rare against Protoss. Not unseen, but they're quite rare themselves. So we went for a 2-1-1, and this is, I wouldn't say a hard counter, but it is a very strong response to a Phoenix opener. It was a Stargate Phoenix opener out of herO. Phoenixes, they struggle when it comes to early game aggression because they can lift up, what, 1 Marine at a time? There were 15 Marines. 15, what are you going to do? Like, what with Phoenixes? So the Phoenixes could not engage. They got punished by the mass ByuN, and likewise, we saw herO struggle to maintain his defenses. He got crippled early on. herO fell behind, and when you fall behind that early on, you got to do 1 of 2 things: all in or be greedy. Chose to be greedy. He went for the gold. He went for the gold expansion, but he didn't get away with it. He couldn't maintain his economy. Couldn't maintain his gold base. He got scattered early on, and Clem punished. Clem, he punished the gold. GG, well played. And with that, Clem will claim the series. Congratulations here to Clem, and a shout out to herO for making it to the finals, for bringing down ByuN in the process, and for making a fun finals as well. Going all the way to the ace match, we had that back and forth, very chaotic series, very chaotic, very little like standard macro play, but that's not what we expect out of Clem and herO. We expect aggression, chaos. That's what we got. Is what we got. GG, well played. With that, congratulations. With that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the morning exclamation mark schedule. I think we do have our schedule available somewhere out there, but we do have our schedule before you here. We just wrapped up with our Wednesday morning broadcast of the PiGosaur Cup. This evening we are live with the RSL Korean qualifier. We had the Americas qualifier yesterday. We have the Korean qualifier tonight. That is going to be in 6 hours. 6 hours time. We got you with some more StarCraft. Meanwhile, tomorrow morning you can see an empty slot. That is not exactly true. We might have to change that later on. But the reason why it's empty is because that is where we're going to be rebroadcasting GSL qualifiers. Remember, we casted the GSL qualifiers last night. We were live with the GSL qualifiers. We were the only English stream covering them, of course, in English, alongside Inu in Korean, and we were live on Soup. We had some decent viewership, by the way. We had like, what, almost 300 viewers. So we had decent viewership casting and covering the GSO qualifiers, and we're going to be rebroadcasting that stream on Twitch and YouTube. That is going to be tomorrow morning. That's why there's an empty slot there, because technically it's not a new cast, it's a rebroadcast. But that is going to be tomorrow morning. We have the Pondcast tomorrow evening. We have the TLMC finalist stream on Friday. We've been pushing it back time and time again, and eventually we'll have it. Eventually, we'll see what happens there, as it's being pushed back. And we have SCL StarCraft Evolution League on Saturday. We might flip it with TLMC depending on what's available, of course. We also have the Universe Titan Cup show match Saturday evening. That's going to be a best of 7 between Rogue and Percival. And we have the Tuna Cup on Sunday. So we're live every single day here, at least 1 cast a day, mostly 2 casts a day, right? Like, we're trying to take it a little bit lean, a little bit easy. Friday, we only have 1 cast. Sunday, we only have 1 cast. We're trying to slow things down a little bit here, but again, there's just so much StarCraft going on. So much StarCraft, so much content, so much to cover, so much to catch up on. But we're catching up. Again, it's just a very busy season, a very busy couple of months because of RSL starting and GSL starting. I'm still a little bit on the fence whether or not we should cast GSL. We do typically co-stream the RSL playoffs, but we don't co-stream the RSL group stage. For GSL, we typically do cast it via replays. For the past couple of years, we do typically cast GSL ourselves, but because our schedule's so busy, I'm on the fence about casting GSL. I'm probably going to at least cast the finals for GSL, but the group stage, we'll see. I want to, but it comes down to our schedule. Like, we don't really have a lot of free space. So we'll see. Like, look at this schedule, then you want us to add a bunch of GSL groups? Like, oh, it's a lot to cover. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, GSL I believe begins next week, right? Yes, so GSL begins next week with the round of 12. And RSL also begins next week with their group stage. So it's a very jam-packed May. Very jam-packed. And April as well, to be fair. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And we're going to be wrapping up here for the morning. I'm going to try to get some food. I'm going to try to get some rest and a couple of hours sleep before RSL. We'll do our best. Do our best. Try to slow things down. Light since forever. True, true. I mean, unironically, we had a relatively open January, but that's because other things were happening IRL, right? Like we had all the vet visits, we had all the bunny issues, like those. January was very intense in a different way. But regardless, GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be raiding another StarCraft 2 streamer. Who's live at the moment? Who is live? Who can we raid? Let's have a look here. Let us have a look. I know that Reaper is live. Kanoya. We'll give some love to Reaper. Give him some love. Give him some support. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, bye, ciao. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we'll be live later on tonight with the RSL qualifiers. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon specifically does fund our tournaments. It funds and grows our tournaments on a regular basis, so you can help us reach greater heights and greater stretch goals via Patreon. Otherwise, you can donate or subscribe here on Twitch as well. You can check us out on YouTube. We do stream every day, and at YouTube, we do upload VODs on a daily basis as well. So if you can't watch something live, if you're looking at this, and if you're like, hold on, I want to watch the GSL qualifiers or RSL qualifiers or PiGosaur Cup or StarCraft Evolution or Tuna Cup or some of the other events we cover, Home Story Cup, Thunderfire, Rongi Cup, Lily Cup, all the StarCraft, Thermal Speed circuits, check out YouTube. It's all there. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. It's all there. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, bye, ciao, hasta luego.